Okay, this should work.
My name is Zoe Walker. Not so long ago, I wanted to be a journalist. Now, I just want to hold my breath and sink. Not because I want to black out, but for the calm that comes beforehand. When thoughts die and memories drown. 90 seconds. That's about how long it takes for me. And suddenly, it's like none of it ever happened.
Daddy, are we gonna play?
Sorry, Pumpkin. You bet we're gonna play. Now, I know you're an expert, but are you sure you've looked at everything?
So you can't hear? Do you want subtitles on as well? It's up to 100% volume. I can try and boost the volume externally a little bit. It won't let me have my mouse. Give me my mouse. I don't really want to try boosting it with the compressor because it's not the ideal way to boost it. Bit more gain. Hang on. Put that there. No, I don't want to quit. I want to resume.
Trust me, I got this.
Okay. Then what color is...
Our car.
our cars?
It's an SUV, and it's red.
Yeah, but I wasn't finished. What color are the turn signals?
The ones Mommy says you never use?
Yep, those. What color are they?
Orange?
Hey, you are rocking this today, Zoe. Looks like you're ready for the next level.
What's the next level?
You ask me one final question. If I don't get it on the first try, you win the whole game.
Let's play it.
Okay. Let me just have one last look around.
Ready?
I didn't look at anything. I'm not ready. I haven't looked at the scene yet.
Hang on, just a few more seconds.
Oh, is this the scene? Is that the scene?
Okay, shoot.
How many stars are on my backpack?
What? You in chat? I don't know. This is you in chat. I don't know. 5? Am I supposed to be that observational? Because I have got no clue. 5, 6 or 7. Does it matter either? Or is this like a sort of test run to see how fucking stupid we are at the start? I wasn't looking. How many stars are on a backpack? More 5s than anything else. I'm saying 5.
Is it 5?
Nope, it's 6. I win! I win!
I was going to say 6.
Did I doze off?
Mommy, I won!
You did? Great job, Love Bug. I'm proud of you.
Come on, back in the car. We still got 45 states' license plates to spot.
So we're driving all the way across America.
Hey. You...
Oh no, that doesn't
You
mean
doing
that,
okay?
does it?
Yeah, sure. It's, you know, I'm fine, Michelle. We're good.
Why are you guys acting weird again?
It's nothing, hun. Just a long trip.
I tell you, the only thing worse than feeding a dog fast food is smelling it again on the way out.
Grandpa!
Wait, I'm your grandpa? All this time, I thought you were my grandpa.
How far'd you walk? I was worried you got lost.
Oh, just to the tree. You know dogs. They think they're the ones holding the leash.
Tap. What, me?
All right, crew, buckle up. I want to make it to Albuquerque before we stop for the night.
You're listening to Drive Time on KFW, Flagstaff's first and finest. It's another beautiful Arizona afternoon, and your weekend starts here.
It offered me closed captions as well, if you wanted that language and audio. Subtitles, closed captions apply.
I'm just too frightened by the sound of it. Pieces of notes fall down, but the letter said, it was good.
So, what's next? License plate game? Another round of row, row, row your boat?
She fell asleep halfway through your solo. You definitely get first prize for keeping her entertained.
I am not entertaining. I am shepherding. You are my flock, and I plan to herd you to St. Louis in high spirits.
St. Louis?
Nice try.
Wasn't taking the scenic route your idea? I wanted to do this trip at 30,000 feet.
Oh, I'm not complaining about the drive. I'm just trying to picture Vince living in the Midwest.
Vince is going to live in the Midwest. So it'll be great, look, I'll survive, or pretend it's a vacation. I'm going to say it'll be great, yeah? It's all about positivity. Like, there's no point in being like moody poos about this, is it? Pretend it's a vacation. Look, I'll survive. It'll be great. Like, we've got family around us. I don't know exactly what the backstory is here, but, you know, grandpa, the dog, like the family. I think it'll be great, yeah? It'll be great. I'm not even taking questions, I'm saying it.
Hey, it's gonna be awesome. I'll learn the banjo, get myself a ticket to Country Palooza.
Ha ha. You're very funny. St. Louis is as urban as it gets, and you know that. And actually, the whole city's turning around these days.
I'm kidding. I know, it'll be fine. You've got your tenure. I've got my new job.
He's not happy about it, look. He made a bit of a joke about it, but he's not happy about it.
Couldn't make me work for a pet food company if it was the only job left in the country.
Jim, I don't think that's helping.
$10,000. You should have gone for the jugular, sued those bastards at the airline the way they pinned that thing on you. Not signed some settlement paper.
I haven't signed it yet.
But you still want to, right? I know it's your call, but I think it's time to put this whole thing behind us.
He's very put upon, isn't he? He's very put upon. You might be right, I need time to think. In this situation, me personally, I wouldn't want other people's... I appreciate if I'm asking for other people's opinions, you know, I'll go to them and say, I've got a problem, can you help me with this? What do you think about this and that? But if I'm, you know, making my own mind up, I don't want someone to sit next to me and say, oh yeah, but you want to do this though, don't you? Oh, this is what you want to do though, isn't it, don't you? And I'd be like, shut up, stop trying to egg me into a decision that you want to make, because you keep telling me you want this, you want me to do this. You stop talking, let me think about what I want to do. So I would say I need time to think, I think. If she was in my ear saying, yeah, but this is what you want to do, isn't it? Isn't it that definitely? Because like, he doesn't look like he wants to do that. Who's the dude in the back seat? So I'm saying this is probably our partner. In the back we've got our daughter and granddad, and I don't know if it's my dad, I'm assuming it probably it is, and the dog. Well, I say my dad. This guy represents me, doesn't it? Because I'm answering his questions, but like not my dad, but not the main character, Vince, the protagonist. Well, they're all maybe main characters, so to speak, aren't they? But are they talking through telepathy? No, they're talking. Well, their lips aren't moving because it's instead of all complicated graphics with voice acting and video, they've gone for this art style, which is actually quite clever. I think it works. Yeah. So what would you like me, were you questioning, if I say I need time to think, are you happy with it, or do you think I should say you might be right, am I making the wrong choice here? Like, there's simple choices at the moment, aren't they? But like later on it might get more difficult and you might argue with me, but I need time to think is fair, isn't it, if he seems like he needs time to think, 'cause he looks like it. Or am I causing a row in the car? I'm going to say time to think, yeah.
Give me a little space on this one, okay?
You're not going to get any space in the car,
course.
though. Watch out, lizards. 2 Rock County, Arizona.
Vince was a good kid, but he always did let people walk all over him.
Oh, stop
when he
it,
was
Dad.
small, you asked me to buy you these cheap action figures so you'd have something to give the kids at school when they picked
And
them.
what was I like in high school, huh?
Ouch.
Sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Vince has
If
got
you
a bit
two
of a
didn't
past.
want me to come, you could have said so.
Zoe wanted you to come.
Michelle, leave it alone. Jim enough. Stay out of it. Ooh. Ooh. I'll tell you what. There's a bit of a difficult one, isn't it? There is, because like instinctively you might just feel to say one or the other. Instinctively I would probably not want to pop at the lady and probably just tell, like, it's probably easier to tell your even though it's your dad and like, can't really be disrespectful to your parents, it's easier to say to your own parent, can you just not, than to your lady. Like, I don't want to have the row later with the lady about, you told me to shut up and shit, and all that. Definitely not that. But stay out of it is like just, I don't have to put myself in the middle of it. It's a fair enough choice, I suppose, but it feels a bit of a weak thing to do. So me personally, I'm going to say, Dad, can you stop arguing with my girlfriend? Shut up, Granddad shit story. Stay out of it. You think stay out of it? I feel like instinctively I would speak up for, like, I'd want, if I want, I guess like the character, if it's me, wants the argument to stop. Because the two choices, I feel like I want the argument to stop, so I would say Jim enough. But it's going to make the argument worse, isn't it? If I stay out of it and they have a row and I don't back her, I've got to back her. I feel like my role in this is to support her. So I'm going to back her. I'm going to say Jim enough, but I see all the different...
Please, Jim, let's just take it down a notch and try to get through the next 3 days.
Without me talking, you mean?
Oh, chill out.
Hey,
Hope he's not cross.
I'm glad we're spending a few days together on the road. And like I said, once we get settled in the new place...
Zoe!
Are you okay, Pumpkin?
What happened?
She's just shaken, I think.
Great. Hey, thanks for coming back. If you give me
Learn how to drive, asshole!
Are you kidding me?
Country kids. Or the desert version. Lucky we're still in one piece.
This is America, do you need a gun? Has everyone got a gun in America? Two Rock, Arizona. And it's actually right in the word over the black bar. No, I'm not, I'm just gonna Google it.
Man, the look on his face. I hope he didn't see our license plate.
Nah. Stupid fucker was too busy yelling into the wind.
That's the one. 28 Northwood.
Ugly as hell. These houses all look the same to me.
Jay, you ready?
Jay!
What?
Head out of the clouds, little bro.
Knew we shouldn't have brung him.
Come on. He'll pull his weight.
Look, this is just like we talked about. There's enough cash in that safe to put the last few weeks behind us. We stay alive, we keep the house, everything goes back to normal.
Okay, now I'm answering as the younger lad. These are bad chuffers, but they've obviously got a reason to do their bad crime, haven't they? They need to keep their house, but they're still doing bad crime, so it's bad. So I don't think they should be doing... Like, you should lose the house and not do the bad crime, basically. Who lives here? What if we fail? Sure they're not home. Seems dangerous. Like, I'm in limited options here. Limited options. The graphics are reminiscent. I'll tell you what, they're reminiscent of a film called... A Scanner Darkly with Keanu Reeves and Robert Downey Jr. And it was very, very good, that film. Ray tracing or something like that. Ray tracing is probably the wrong word. Like, just like, you know, graphics over the top of what looked like real acting performances. Anyway, who lives here is what I'm going to say.
You haven't told me whose house this is.
It doesn't matter who. You're always out skulking in the woods, climbing trees and all that. We all know you're good at it. And you want to help the family, right?
You know I do.
Then here's your chance. Hop that fence and find a way in.
Whoa. Does Ma know you took that?
Nope. But someone's got to watch your backs. We got 1 hour before they're home. If you hear 3 honks, you run like hell.
Hey, let's party.
Dale, the code.
Jay can read.
Don't screw this up, kid. We're counting on you.
5962.
All right. You go do your Tarzan bullshit over the back gate. I'll try the garage. Never know when you might get lucky.
Cletus. Hello, Cletus. Sneak past, throw a stick, or talk to the dog. Okay. I guess throw a stick for me if I want to if I want to survive. But this character, I feel, would talk to the dog and be gentle about it. What do you think? Talk. Sneak past is definitely getting me a bit, yeah? Talk to the dog. We've got a 2 for talk. Should have a voting system for this, shouldn't we? 2 for talk, sneak past or throw stick. I think if you throw the stick, it might distract the dog, but like, if you talk to it, it still might bite you because you climbed in the garden. If you say talk.
Hey, your name's Cletus, right? Mine's Jay. I get it. You're just protecting your turf. That's what we're doing here too, in a way. It's okay. I just need something from inside. That's a good boy.
Good boy, Cletus. Although, like, shit job at being a guard dog there, but yeah. Housebreaking now.
Police, open up. Or maybe it's the big bad wolf.
Not funny.
You get in okay?
He has a dog, but I got past.
What's that? Idiot.
It's a policeman house.
Whose house is this?
It's the sheriff.
Dante Romero, king of the pigs.
Wait, the sheriff?
Yep. You know Ma's beef with him goes way back. Even before he sent me to juvie.
I know, but...
But what? Way I see it, he owes us.
Been to juvie.
So, we ought to fuck this place up a little.
Juvie.
While we're at it.
Oh no, you're messing up I'm going to say stick to the plan. Like, I instinctively here, I'm like, the more you smash the place up and like cause trouble, the more we're going to get in trouble if we get caught. Plus, the more trouble we're going, like, there's more chance of us getting caught. Like, don't you just want to stick to the? Like, you've got a specific reason for being here, which is money. Like, I'm going to say stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. I'm scared. Yeah, like, I haven't got. If he's got a vendetta against the cop, like that is his business. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't been to juvie. I don't know. I would say it's me, you know, this character. So I would advise against enacting out the vendetta like this. Like, mainly because I think if you're trying to, you know, get away with the crime that you're already committing, like, it's probably a mistake to heap further random crimes on top that could get you in court. Like, you know, all you need to do is like accidentally cut your hand when you smash something, then your blood's everywhere or something like that. You know, I'm going to stick to the plan. Yeah.
Tyler said we only have an hour. Maybe we should start looking for the safe.
Whatever.
What'd you do that for? They might test it or something.
Oh, come on. This is 2 Rock, not NYPD Blue. Now get looking for that safe.
I've got to look for the safe. The painting, I guess. Behind the painting.
Good place to hide a safe.
But no.
Or not.
Search this wallet, open the cabinet, look at the photo. Let's have a look at the wallet.
He left his wallet.
Told you he's an idiot.
I mean, it's $40 out of a policeman's wallet and you're robbing his house anyway. Like, you're robbing the money out of the safe. So take all the money you can, yeah? Because you're already robbing money. Now, I don't feel like this is a difficult morality decision because, like, I could leave him the $40, but I'm going to rob his safe. So if it's like, rob him or not, like, this is all just extra money for the job. You think karma? I'm robbing his safe, though. Like, he's fucked anyway. I'm like, why leave $40 and take whatever thousands I can get in the safe, assuming there's more money in the safe, you know what I mean? Like, it seems bizarre. The game's putting you on edge. Like, this isn't about my morality as a human being. Like, if someone dropped their wallet in the street, I'd hand it back. I'm not going to steal their money. But here I'm in the process of burglarizing their house to take as much money as I can out of their safe. So this $40 is just like a bit more money. I don't see there's any additional morality question here. The morality is, should you rob the house? No, but we're in the process of doing it. So, like, on top of that, should you rob the wallet? Well, it's the same as robbing the house. We're already robbing the house. Like, I'm going to take the money because I think for our cause, we want the more money. And I don't think that's bad, morality-wise, because I'm robbing the house. Like,
You find anything?
Just a little cash. Maybe the safe's upstairs?
Yeah. Maybe.
although I suppose it is
What
a
are you
clear-cut
doing?
morality decision.
It's for my
isn't it?
girlfriend.
I didn't
You don't
realise.
have a girlfriend.
Shut up. I'm working on it.
I didn't realise he was going to put it in his own pocket. I thought we were going to put it in the group
Hey.
kitty for the whatever we
When
need it
life
for.
gives you lemons. Come here. Help me get a little payback.
He's weeing in the lemonade. Yeah, I'm not going to wee in the lemonade with you. No.
We shouldn't waste time. And anyway, that's gross.
You're a fucking wimp. You know that?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Listen to yourself. All right. Enough screwing around. You look upstairs, and I'll check the rest of the rooms down here.
Okay.
Disability lift. So we're robbing disabled people now. Now, it's made it worse, but I don't get a choice whether I rob them or not, so... Uh-oh.
Miller's wife. Shit.
dude.
12 years repairing jumbo jets, you'd think I'd be able to fix a car. You okay?
Yeah, sure. Seen one motel, you've seen them all.
You guys go on ahead. I'm gonna get a bottle of water.
Shema, Ryan's mom said I can stay over tonight. Don't wait up.
Hello?
Investing in AOL, you've got Pets.com talking IPO. I think we're headed for a huge first year.
I'll ring the bell. Sorry, the wind's just blowing again. I just need to check the windows weren't open in this part of the house.
We've got a number of interesting companies out there now. There's Amazon selling books directly to consumers, Netflix renting movies by mail. Any thoughts?
Look, I'll tell you the inherent problem with Amazon and Netflix. They're dependent on the mail. Who wants to wait 2 or 3 days for a DVD to arrive? These guys cater to niche, tech-savvy clients, and that means they'll find it very hard to grow in the long term.
What are your thoughts on Apple Inc.? Pundits are bullish on the return of Steve Jobs and their new iMac computer.
Well, compared to the PC market, they're hardly making a dent.
So you're not optimistic?
No, I'm afraid not. Steve Jobs lost the platform war to Bill Gates many years ago. Microsoft is the gold standard, and what we're seeing now in Cupertino, it's the tech equivalent of Custer's last stand. Personally, I wouldn't invest.
Listen, I love this. I absolutely love this. The radio station and what they're talking about. I'm going to pause it like that. The radio station and what they're talking about is set in 1998, and they were just ruminating on how Netflix wasn't going to be popular because they were sending out DVDs, and that's what Netflix used to do. Do you remember? Do you remember with Blockbuster Video? Netflix were competing with Blockbuster Video by sending out DVDs through the mail, and people didn't think it would survive and be successful. Like, they're referencing it in a game which is basically based on a Netflix special style of, Netflix sort of production style of era of thing, isn't it? Like, very clever.
Dow Jones
I'm gonna ring the bell again.
Also at a record high, which tells me Silicon Valley isn't just supporting its investors; it's poised to support.
Chill out, man. Jesus, you in a rush?
Hi. We got in an accident a few miles east of here. I don't suppose you have a couple of empty rooms and the number for a tow truck?
Ooh, no dice. Our mechanic's away in Tucson for the weekend.
All right, then, just the 2 rooms.
That'll be 70. Cash only.
Is that Nicole Kessinger?
I've got 52.
That's enough for 1 room.
Hey, Joyce!
I'm doing something!
Joyce Kessinger. Is it? Do you think this is Nicole Kessinger hiding out in Arizona? I miss Blockbuster. There were 2 kinds of video shop, weren't there? There was the video shop Blockbuster, and then you used to have an independent one that was always somewhere, like a one with all different kinds of video. Like the independent one was there before Blockbuster, and it had like loads of different videos, like loads of them. And like you go in places and there'd be like loads of different videos, and then Blockbuster started to take over, and Blockbuster was good, obviously, for different reasons. But when you went in Blockbuster and they had like 20 of the same video, that was a difference, wasn't it? You were like, what's going on here? 20 of the same video. 20 of the same one. So everyone gets a copy of the latest one. There's no problem. When you ask for a video, it's never, oh, sorry, that one's booked out. Whereas the independent, they'd have loads of different ones, but sometimes they'd be booked out. But like with the Blockbuster, you'd always get the main one you wanted, but then they didn't have such a big range of old videos. But they did have a range of old videos, but not so many. It's different, isn't it? In Bargain Booze, they had loads of them, did they? Ours was, it was, one side of it was a like beautician and massage spa, and the other side of it was a video shop, and there was like one building split down the middle, and it had a little windy stairs to get upstairs into the horror room. Big ups, where's Nancy? Thank you for the next gifted tier sub. That was Kelly. Big ups, Kelly. You're now a sub. You're now a sub. Big ups. Big ups. What we're doing is we're playing this game where we're making decisions. The family are on a bit of a road trip, starting a new life across America. And on the other side of the story, there's some lads and they're burgling a house. So we just want... Look, we haven't got enough money for 2 rooms. We can only afford 1 room. But I will ask her, please, can we have 2 rooms? Because this is a quiet little sleepy nowhere. And, how about a bartering? How about a bargain? Can you please give me 2 rooms? Right, please?
Please, if you could trust me to pay the rest tomorrow, it would mean a lot. My daughter, she really needs her sleep, and my dad is one hell of a snorer.
Oh, the sweetheart. If this is all just to cheat me out of a few dollars...
Thanks, Joyce.
Hi, I'm Michelle. Thanks so much for accommodating us.
Well, we're not exactly full. Glad to help.
It was a fuse again. Problem with not having breakers is... Oh, hey. Welcome to Two Rock.
Paul, do me a favor. Go ask Norma to tow this guy's car back here to the lot.
Ah, dang. You burst a tire or something? I'm pretty good at fixing stuff.
Thanks,
Engine
Paul.
problem, actually. But you're welcome to try.
You didn't let Paul work
It's
on
a red
it.
SUV. East. You can't miss it.
You're welcome to go and tow it back, but Paul has not asserted his qualification on welcome to try on the engine. Paul might say he's good at fixing stuff. He might work as the fucking sweeper-upper. You don't know Paul. Paul might not be a mechanic. He might just drive the truck. You told him he can work on the engine. Next thing you know, he's like pulled it all apart and it's all out on the drive. Oh, I don't know what this bit does. But you thought you could work on the truck. I'm not a mechanic. You said I could work on it though. No. Confirm first whether Paul is actually good at fixing stuff. Whether he's got a good resume for that. But yeah, Paul's going to go and fix our truck, or he's going to get it, and we're going to stay in this little Airbnb, a hotel, motel, holiday inn.
I'm on it.
You're on it, Paul. You're our guy. Here's my dad, or our dad.
Hey,
do I know you?
Nah. People just mistake me for Clint Eastwood.
Here's our little rooms. This is just like the motel I stopped in America as well.
Thank God we're out of that heat.
The motel I stopped in America had that window and a door, and it just went out into America like that. And I was like, "What the fuck?" Before that, I've never stopped in because I've stopped in a holiday cabin with just a door and a window out onto the street, so to speak. But not like in America, just like Waffle House and then my door. It was just so weird. I felt very, I suppose, vulnerable is the right word. People are driving around America with their guns and their this and their that and doing whatever. And my security measures is I'm in a motel and the door is just like a sort of key card door and there's a big window. And if you just peep through the blinds, you can see me in bed at night if you're just wandering around in America. It just seemed really, the motel structure, the whole thing of it, just it's sort of taken for granted in America, isn't it? But I was like, is there not like a sort of gate on the car park or anything? So you mean if anyone just wants to go to that petrol station there, they can just call in here and wander around the doors, and it's just no security at all, is it? And yet America's even less. I suppose the security is you're supposed to have a gun yourself, aren't you? But you know what I mean? Anyway.
Are we on vacation now? Do we get to go in the pool?
Oh, you know what? Our swimsuits are in the moving truck. And stop jumping on the bed, okay?
Then, can I watch the Nature Channel? Please?
Hey, I said stop jumping.
I'll stop if you let me watch my show. It's educational.
Well, obviously you can watch the Nature Channel, yeah.
All right, but only a half hour.
Yay! Thank you, Daddy.
And you have to tell me some cool facts afterwards. Man, we raised one hell of a
She's got
negotiator.
Air Max on.
It's been a tough day. She can have this one.
She's got traditional 90s Air Max on.
You okay?
I don't know. It feels pretty sore. Would you mind rubbing it for a minute?
Oh, I'll rub your back, maybe.
Nice room. Looks just like mine.
Dad, I'm going to rub
I'm going to
her
take
back.
Zeus for a walk. Vince, would you mind joining me?
Oh,
Didn't we just walk a mile?
Well, he has to pee, and I want to talk to you about something.
Oh, the plot's going to thicken. I'm going to have to go with Jim, and the plot's going to thicken. I should stay with her and rub her back, but, like, look, he wants to talk to me about something. I'm going to, like, my instinct here. I know that you should, I want to get you all involved in chat and stuff, but some of the decisions, I'm just, I can't see you talking me out of going with Jim here. Like, he literally said, I want to talk to you about something. She needs her back rubbed. I get it, you know, I stuck with her in the car journey, in the sort of dispute between her and Jim, but he needs to talk to me about something, clearly. So I can't ignore that, can I? Like, his request for my ear, like that. So, mysterious as it may be, and as much as I'd like to stay and rub her back and maybe, you know, see if we can run a bath while our daughter stays watching the Nature Channel, like, we're going to have to go with Jim. So, crossroad, choose carefully.
Sure,
yeah, but I have
I'll
to do
come.
it. Right, I'm not going to let him. Sorry,
We won't be long.
We won't be long, and he did literally say he needs to talk to me. Suppose I'm ignoring her request to rub the back.
Here, boy.
Hang on. Listen, I'm ignoring her request to rub the back, and that might be her way of saying I need you as well. Like, but just in a different way. Like, he might have been more straightforward with it, and she might have actually been hoping that I would not just rub her back, but spend some time and talk to her. Maybe that was her way of saying she needed to talk. But yeah, I've made this choice.
Yeah. I don't blame you, you know, for taking Michelle's side earlier.
It better not
Can't
be about
easy
this.
having me yanking you.
If it's just about this nonsense, then I'm going to be fucked off with it. I'll be like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Can I go back and rub her shoulders now? I thought it was serious. I thought it was like something like, oh, well, you know, you took her side earlier, but we're all right. And I know we're all right. Like, just fucking no need to have a big chit-chat.
Ain't like that when you two are so on edge.
Are you about to give me marriage advice? Because if I recall, you walked out on yours.
No. I just wanted to say thank you for these last few months.
All right, you know, thank you, appreciated. Can I go back and have sex with my wife? What the fuck are you on about? I thought there was like some interesting, like dark, oh, you know that man at the gas station? Well, I do know him after all, and we've got trouble or something. But like, no, if it's just this, you could have said this like in the car, like as we got out with the bags or whatever. You know, this is just over. Yeah, I appreciate your thanks, but dragging me out for a walk in the desert to thank me is a bit over the top.
Getting to know you again, getting to know Zoe, it's been a blessing.
I'm glad she got to meet you.
Know the worst part about living with having this tumor in my head?
Okay, he's got a tumour in his head, so maybe I'm being a bit over the top because I should give him a bit more time then if he's got a tumour in his head. But I was going to say, don't you want to go and watch the nature show? Like, why don't you look after our granddaughter watching the nature programme and talk about the nature, and I'm going to give my wife a back rub. But if you've got a tumour in your head, I suppose I'll listen to you talk for a bit, yeah? The worst part about living with a tumour in your head is fear of death, living with uncertainty, or regretting your choices. I mean, I want to be really like, you know, fear of death in it, but like living with uncertainty sounds a bit more of a reasonable thing to say. Regretting your choices sounds horrible to say to somebody, like, so living with uncertainty. I think fear of death sounds like I'm sort of like hitting the nail on the head a bit too hard. Living with uncertainty is a bit more like, you know, it's got a bit more positivity and hope in there maybe, and it's just a bit more vague. No one in chat's telling me what they think they want to say.
Where's
so.
Nancy?
Thank you for the gifted tier sub. We've got loads of gifted tier subs going off today. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is the last day of September, where if you gift 5 subs, Twitch gifts out another extra 1 or 2 free. But I'm just grateful for the, you know, for the. I should have played up September. All September they do things for subscriptions, but just thank you very much for them. Thank you. The middle one, yeah.
The question mark of it all? How long do I have? Am I making the right choices?
You make a good shrink, you know that?
More like a neurotic patient.
Well, you're not wrong. I do ask myself all those things, but they're not. What I meant is the guilt. The never-ending guilt. I disappeared for 30 years. I can only imagine how that must have been for you and your mother. Also, I could get high and flip off the world.
Wait, he wanted to get high and flip off the world. He wanted to get high and flip off the world, and now he's got a brain tumour. Do you know what's weird as well is that, like, this guy that I'm playing as, he's a bit more portly, he's got a big beard. There's a few reasons why I just don't really feel I identify as him, yeah? My father is estranged from my family when I was younger, but I've got quite a good relationship with him. Like when we were that kid that was breaking into the house earlier and I had to make his choices, I was like, okay, what would I do here? And here again, it's like, what would I instinctively do? But I don't feel like I inhabit this character that well. And sometimes I wonder if I should say what this character would say instead. Don't complain to me. Sounds kind of fun. You're here now. Why did you do it? Like, he wanted to go and get high and flip off the world. It's a bit of a weird thing for him to say. He's like, I didn't expect it to be this granddad used to go and get high and flip off the world. But my instinctive for me to this would be, well, you're here now. Like, there's no point in dredging that over and having a big fucking go over it now, is there, at this stage? If you've got a brain tumour and all that as well. But then I don't know how my character feels, whether they have questions, why did you do it? Whether they're cross, don't complain to me. Why, like, if you had more questions about your, before he gets old and carks it, if his brain tumour kicks in, you might have questions that you don't want to have unanswered. Like, that would be bad, wouldn't it? Like, I don't feel like that in my life. So I would say, you're here now. Like, why did you do it? There's a vote for why did you do it in chat, and there's a vote for you're here now. Like, I think if you say why did you do it, it can open up like this problematic thing, and like it's not like but then he is here talking to us, isn't he? Like, this is his chance to talk to us and stuff. But you're here now is probably more like what I would instinctively want to say. It's going to judge us on who it thinks I am as well at the end of this.
You came and knocked on my door in the end.
It's going to give us a score to say how we've done.
That couldn't have been easy.
Morally.
I appreciate that. And no, it wasn't. I'm sorry, son. I am. And I know I've done nothing to earn your trust, but I need to ask you something.
Okay.
The doctors, they say I might have as little as 2 years.
Right, the thing is as well, right, if he's got this brain tumour and all that, yeah, but what if, I don't know what he's been doing. Like, he said he wanted to go and get high and flip off the world. Like, if he's gone and smoked some weed and driven a motorbike around and, like, drunk some beers and gone to some rock concerts but neglected his family, like, it's bad. And as his son, you would feel pretty fucking cross about it. But, like, you can invite him back into your life. He wants to make amends. If he said get high and flip off the world and he spent, like, 10 years on meth, robbing people, selling his self under the street, giving blowjobs to a tramp, like, it might be difficult to invite that same person back into your family life, especially with a child around, like, depending on what his behaviour's been like while he's been driving around and flipping off the world. So to me, that would be the core question, and whether I can trust him, like, because some people who have been addicted to stuff can clean up and then, be trustworthy, I suppose, but some of them are always, like, untrustworthy and never completely clean, like, even though they say they're clean. So, like what's the situation here? I'm assuming that he is not that bad and he hasn't done anything too bad, because we're having him around the family and all that, there's like backstory that isn't explained to me, so to make the decisions based on what I think is right or whatever is difficult without that backstory. Like, as instinctively, even though it would be a member of my family here, I mean, I'm going to have, like, if I have a child, I'm quite happy to have my family members around my child. But, like, if they've been flipping off the world and getting high or whatever, I don't know, like, what the extent that means. There would be certain behaviours that could have been going on that I would say, okay, like, I definitely want you to have a relationship with your granddaughter, but, like, I'm not going to leave you in the room watching the nature programme. Like, I'm going to maintain a certain level of protective control or whatever, like, a certain level of, like, protective boundary shell over my family, even if it's another member of my family that I'm protecting, if you know what I mean. Like, so it's a really interesting, complex thing. Now I have to accept or understand that because my main character that we're playing is accepting Grandad on the road trip, that he can't have been that bad. But, like, getting high and flipping off the world, I'd like to know what, and that was an option, is like, what were you up to? But yeah,
they don't have a clue, of course.
Because What I'm saying is, do I even trust he's got a brain tumour? Like, is that what's happened, or has he run out of money to flip off the world and get high with? Like,
Well, I know you said you could drop me in Tulsa, that I tracked down some friends there.
Just spit it out, Jim.
How would you feel about me living in a new house with you and Zoe and Michelle?
I don't know.
Are you serious? 6 months ago, I didn't even know you were alive. Now you want me to...
I don't want to be sick in a hospital. I want to be around family.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, honestly, if he doesn't know, if 6 months ago I didn't know you were alive, and all I've got is the trust that you're telling me this stuff, and the facts that I know about you before that are nothing because you went off and just did whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, living in the house, like, we can build up to it, we can move towards it, but it's jumping in head first. Like, talk to Michelle. That sounds like I'm going to talk to Michelle to convince her to have him move in, and she's going to say, oh, I'm not sure about this, now we've got a problem. Whereas I can be my own man here, and, like, you know, again, we're talking about what I would do in this situation as well. Like, I would tend to feel that it's my job as the job. I don't know, okay. I'm not a sexist, and I don't think about, like, you know, roles like this, like it's my job as the man, but, like, I am, like, you know, this is my father, my family, my life, you know, like, and it is my role to be in charge of that, like, so I will say what I like. If I have reservations, I will state that I have reservations. I don't need to talk to Michelle because I know that I have reservations. I'm telling you now, this guy's been off for however long I've been living, getting drunk and getting high and flipping off the world, and now he wants to come and live with my little daughter and my wife, and, like, out of 6 months of knowing him, he should just move straight into my house because he's my dad. Yes, but not yes. Like, you know, he's a grown man who can understand that, like, I'm there to help, but there's, like, a boundary of trust, and, like, you know, to build up to it, acceptable. I don't want to be sick in a hospital. I want to be around family. I suppose to nurse him, like, okay, there's another question there. Like, if he's sick, you know, instinctively I would want to say yes, like, come to the house, like, we will nurse you. But then, like, there's this argument that it's not that I want to be harsh and say, well, you fucking left us so you can fucking suffer on your own, but, like he's a grown man, like, more so than my character. He's my dad, so, like, you know, like, you will be able to accept that, like, you know, you have to stand on your own feet on this one. Like, if you'd wanted to stay at the house and be nursed, you could have stayed at the house and been part of the family, you know. You see it from a woman's point of view, she might want to know what they're talking about. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, when I get back, I would tell her all this conversation is a matter of principle anyway, I think. But I would tell her that I told him it's not a good idea, you know, rather than I've come back to ask you if you want him to live there. And sort of becoming, like, I feel if I talk to Michelle, it's like I'll be going back and saying, hey, you know, me and Dad have been talking, maybe he should come and live with us. Like, and that's not what I want to say. What I want to say is, well, you know, if you get really sick, then we can probably come to your place and look after you, you know, but we should get you set up as in your own place, because we're going to need to deal with our little family unit. And if you had been there for the last, you know, I don't know how old my character is, but, you know, 30 years or whatever, then this decision wouldn't be, you know, it would be, the decision is made difficult, but I mean, it is, I'm not saying it's an easy decision, but what I am saying is that it's one that I have to put my family first. And when I say my family, I mean the ones that I've made my own child. I have to put my child first. So your track record with flipping off the world and getting high and having a brain tumour isn't good enough to mean that you can just live in the family home with my child. So I'd rather come to you and nurse you, and you don't have to be sick in a hospital. Like, we can figure something out, but it's not a good idea that you definitely just 100% live, you know. She may just say no. You're all saying talk to Michelle. Like, we only get one chance at it. I suppose we can play the game again, but, like, you know, we get one chance at a choice here, so I feel like I want to go with your choice a bit, because I don't mind talking to Michelle about it. but like my thought process is to make my clear boundaries here. But it's not a clear boundary for me, because if he's a nice guy and he's my dad, then I'd let my dad come and stay at my house. Do you know what I mean? Like, in this situation, my actual dad, you know, but like, then again, my actual dad didn't spend all this time completely absconded from our family, flipping off the world and getting high. I don't know what that means, flipping off the world and getting high. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's done certain things, there's no way he's getting near my child. Doesn't matter whether he's my dad or my fucking, well, you know, dad's pretty much high up on the list of people who could be, you know, given access to your child, isn't it? But like, it doesn't matter who it is, or my priest or whatever. Like, if they've done certain actions, I'm just going to say, no, there's a boundary line drawn. I still love you and I still care for you, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure you're comfortable while you're sick. But you can't come and live next room to my child if you've like given up a certain amount of time to a class A drug like meth or heroin or something like that, or done sex crimes, or like, you know, do you know what I mean? And like, since I don't know anything about him, because he says I've only known you for 6 months, you just walked back into my life 6 months ago, like, this guy could be conning us, like, he could be ripping us off, he could be on the run from the police because he's done some bad crimes. Like, I don't know, and I'm not going to put that risk into my family, even if it's my own father, especially as it's my own father, because I know him more than anyone else, which is that he's not been there and he's not got a good track record, isn't it? Being selfish, it's not a good idea. I don't think it's selfish for me to do that. I'm putting my family ahead of me. He's still, like, he's not going to be suffering. I'm not throwing him out in the street. Like, he doesn't want to be sick in hospital. He wants to be around family. Okay, but like, you know, that's on the table. I'm not saying you can't. Well, I suppose if I say it's not a good idea, I'm taking it off the table, aren't I? But right now, it's not a good idea. Although I'm having him in the car, I'm taking him on the road trip. But when we get there, can you live with us right in the house immediately when we get there? No, I don't think so. I think we need to get you your own place. Like, you can live there temporarily, but I think we need to get you your own place, don't we? I don't know what his financial situation's like as well. Like, he's on the road trip. It's a bit weird for him to be on the road trip and to not have a plan for when we get there as well, isn't it? Like, what's he doing on the road trip if he can't afford to? Like, surely he can afford to get his own place when we get there, because he's on the road trip, and now he's saying about this. You think both are good, but we can't choose both. This is where I've got the dice. I could roll the dice, but we've got more votes for. I mean, I'm one person. You're in chat. We've got more votes for talk to Michelle, but then I feel like this is a situation where I'm describing my. I don't want to say. I don't want to make it a man thing. I don't want to make it a sexist masculinity thing. But my role in the family that I feel I've been taught, or whatever, you know, my role in the family here, especially in this situation where I'm talking to him and we are men talking to each other. Again, I'm being sexist, but, you know, we're in the desert talking to each other. I mean, I've internalized the misogyny of the patriarchy. I've been brought up by a strong male father figure, so, you know, who's imparted morals of like, your handshake is your bond and you're as good as your word, and, like, you know, stuff like that. So this is one of those situations to me where I say it's not a good idea, and you know, being blunt. Yeah, see, Lisa Marie's on my side there, so like, there's a bit of a balance. And then the only other thing is that I wonder if this is a lot to think about in the situation. I probably wouldn't have thought this far into it in the real situation. I'd have probably just blurted out it's not a good idea. But if I do talk to Michelle, then it gives us more time to think about it, and he's not so cross. It's an option, right? Whereas if I say it's not a good idea, maybe we have an argument, and now we go back to the thing, and he's eggy, and now we've got to go on the road trip, and he's eggy, and he's cross for the whole time. You know, maybe these things don't have to be faced head on right now, you know, but he has brought me out to, you know, to ask me right now. And then it's a boundary setter, because if I feel like, oh, I'm not sure, I shouldn't, and this maybe, and I'm weak, and I say I'll talk to Michelle, I'm allowing him to push that boundary, whereas instinctively I've got my boundary. I know what my boundary is, so I should just declare it early. You know, I'm going to say it's not a good idea. Fuck it.
Jim, no. We can't just go from strangers to roommates. I'm sorry.
maybe you need time to think. Why don't we... Let's talk about it again later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a root beer.
He's not going to give up, though, apparently, but yeah, you know.
Oh, hey there. Got your car towed back for you. You were right. It's more than I can fix with duct tape and a socket wrench.
What do I owe you?
Nothing. Your guests.
Get it route back, quick.
What in the world?
On the ground, now! I say get on the ground!
I'm not going to refuse, but I would ask, who are you? I'm not going to get on the ground. I don't want him to shoot me, but I'm not going to get on the ground, because as soon as I'm on the ground, I'm in a bad position here. So, who are you, is what I'm going to say. I'm not going to refuse, I'm not going to kick up a big fuss, but I want to keep this situation just rolling a little bit, to see if I can just push that gun out of the way, and maybe headbutt him really hard. There's only one gun in this situation, isn't there, and it's pointed at me, so if I can just get out of the way of that gun, and I'm in range for a headbutt, I'd probably, while I'm asking the question, if he wobbles around, this is my instinct and it's going to get me shot, but while he wobbles around, if I can just push it aside, so even if it does go off, it just doesn't kill me, and I can just dive in with the headbutt, then we're in a better situation than this one. But I don't know how I'd react with a real gun.
Who are you?
I'd probably just get on the ground. He's punched me. He's done a punch on me.
Now hang on. You don't need to call for help.
This is what was happening earlier. This woman's in the wheelchair. Yank the help button, stop the wheelchair, calm her down. Calm her down.
Hey, please, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Are we gonna take the button? We're gonna take the button, yeah? What are we gonna do? I feel like I have to take the button. I don't want to grab her wheelchair and start assaulting her. I don't want to do that. That feels well out of order. Grab for the help button, yeah? The button. But I don't want to do any of this. But you know, I don't want to be fighting this woman in her bedroom like this. Oh. You see, we've broken the button now. So, if she does get in any trouble, like, I feel like I'm being really threatening here. So what I would probably do is just be like, I'm really sorry. I'm going to leave. But then, I don't know, I wouldn't be in this situation, would I? Like, and there's a kid downstairs with a gun who's like drinking, weeing in the fridge. He's weeing in the fridge. Like, this could get worse. Like, I feel like I want to jump out the fucking window if I was this kid. Like, I don't want to be talking to her. I want to be leaving. I just don't like the fact that I'm in the room with her. It's bad. This is bad. You're safe. You need to listen. You're his wife. You're safe. Everyone says you're safe. You're safe.
Nobody's gonna hurt you, okay?
She seems cross. I think she would be. Can she understand me? Oh, she can't speak, but she's got a tracheotomy.
Sorry. Look, we just came for the money. Then we're gone.
What money? In the safe?
Well, I don't know. Don't you know? Doesn't he tell you?
He never tells me anything. Oh.
Oh. Sorry. I shouldn't pry.
Maybe she's not in a good situation here. You know? Maybe this is a bit ambiguous. Try the office, end of the hall. It's his own damn fault. She ain't happy with him.
Thank you.
$59.62 is the code. That's weird. I mean, she's seen our face and everything.
Okay up there?
Yeah, everything's fine. Just...
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try his office.
That a boy.
It's not fine. She's seen his face. Our face.
It has to be in here.
It has to be in here. So what, should I check the painting, the bookcase, the desk? And it wasn't behind the painting downstairs, but in the file drawer. Should I check the bookcase, maybe? Like, it's got to be the painting, hasn't it? It wasn't downstairs, but it could be upstairs. Like, surely the safe's behind the painting. It always is. I'm checking the painting. You said bookcase.
Huh.
Ooh.
Wonder what happened here.
Bullets. Gun bullets. So, there's bookcase. Birds. We started doing birds today,
Bird
didn't
watching. That's cool.
we? Bird beginning with I. We didn't manage to get a bird beginning with I. I'm stealing the book. Why have I stolen the book? Little thief. Search the bookcase again.
Dale! I found it!
Stop shouting. We're robbing a house.
Where's the code?
It's 5962. But you know what, right? Here's a funny one for you. Here's a funny one for you. You know these locks with this sort of stuff on it, yeah? How'd you roll it? Oh, there you go. You know these locks with these on, yeah? I once found there was once a briefcase. Found a briefcase. It was a property of someone that died, and then like they're in our family, and like there was like this, like stuff was going to go to the charity shop, to the bin sort of thing, yeah. But there was like this bundle of stuff, and they were like, if you want the records, you want this and that, and amongst it was a briefcase like this, but no one could get into it. But Scotty Hottie, right? Scotty Hottie, I looked for where there was wear and tear, and like when you rub this, you rub dirt off your thumb into these grooves here, and you also clean the front of the number, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Like you're rubbing it with your thumb. So if you turn it slowly and you look at them, you can see where that's built up and where there's one number that has a different quality to the rest, because that's where it stops when you're rolling. You go, oh, that's it, and you stop. And then you sort of go one back. And I was able to unlock the briefcase, find the number, two of them, one on each side, like that. I was able to do that just by winding the numbers and looking at the amount of dirt that was on it, being careful. Pretty smart. There was nothing good in it. It was only like papers and rubbish, but like, I took the briefcase in the end. I had like a briefcase for a little bit. Like as a kid, like just to mess about with and play with, but like pretty smart, huh? Anyway, it was 5962, wasn't it? But they cheated us because they made us go away and come back to this. So it was going to be difficult, but we all took note, didn't we? 5926. You're all saying 5926. Well, you're tripping. Who's tripping?
Yes!
I'm tripping. God damn it.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Dale.
Sorry, God.
Check it out. Holy shit.
That would be me fucked.
How much does this prick make?
I'd have been in there. Dale had been getting cussing, and I'd have been in there going 596. I swear it's 5962. I wouldn't have figured to switch the last two numbers around. My memory device that I did to remember it was 59, 59, and then 62 with 2 and 6. But like 60 I had in my brain because 59, 59, 60. So the 6 I put in my brain as a 60, and then like the 2, anyway, 62. I mean, stupid. I should have just remembered the damn number.
Here, let's load it up. Man.
Well done, you chuffers.
If I had as much money as this greedy asshole, I'd give it all to charity. No, you wouldn't.
He's smoking
Hell
fucking...
no, I wouldn't.
Listen, he's smoking one of the cigars now. I have no problem if you want to put some of those cigars in your pocket and celebrate the heist later on, but smoking it on the job can get us arrested, can't it? Like, there's so many different things you're doing that, like, you might accidentally drop it, or like your spit's on the end of it, and now your spit's going around, and you're doing it. Like, don't you want to not? Like, don't you want to just? And he said, "Oh, the local police don't have those sort of, you know." But he's being silly. Like, he's just messing around. He's going to get, like, this guy's in total liability. Like, the housebreaking thing's a bad problem anyway, because we're housebreaking, yeah? But doing it with someone who's ordering me around and is themselves a fucking liability, I just think is no. Like, this guy's going to get us in trouble. Like, he'll probably end up grassing everyone up as well when he gets in trouble, won't he? There's no way you want to work with people like this. Especially like, if you're on a job like this and you can see them doing it. Like, it's just a no.
I'd run him by a 64 Pontiac GTO.
I'd be getting eggy at this point. I'd be telling him about it. You know, I'd be telling him about it.
Biggest piece of metal you ever saw on 4 wheels. Ugh. What about you? Now, what would you do if you could keep all this cash?
We're not going to keep it if you keep messing about, are we? So shut the fuck up and pack the bag. Is what I'd actually say. Leave town, buy a car. I don't want any. It's for the family. What would you do if you could keep all the cash? So it's a hypothetical. I don't know if I'd leave town, buy a car. Probably buy a car, innit? Just like it's the only one that's like if you had the money. Because I don't want it, or it's for the family. They're not... The question is, what would you do if you did have it? I know you don't want it. I know it's for the family, but what would you do if you did have it? Well, the only one is buy a car, really, isn't it, or something? But like, it is for the family. The money we're stealing, it apparently it's for the family. So like, that's going without saying, but it's a funny, because it's supposed to be like a decision, like a moral decision, choicey thing, but it's not really, is it? Because it doesn't matter. What would you do if you could keep all the cash? Well, I can't, so I don't care. Like, that's what I'd tell him. Is like, I'd say, I'm not keeping the cash. Shut up and pack the bag. Like, yeah, okay, it's for the family. Yeah, because shut him up and just get him moving on, yeah?
It's not for us. It's for paying off Pa's debts and everything.
Well, I didn't say we weren't. I was just asking if.
Well, he's right.
Well, even if, I don't think we should.
Yeah.
Whatever. Goody two-shoes.
All right, dickhead. Got us in the safe, didn't I? And in the house. So basically I could have done this without you.
Play it cool when we're outside. Hey, we were plumbers. Call to check a clog.
No.
Shit.
It's the sheriff.
Go.
Bet we're glad we didn't trash the house now, aren't we, you stupid?
Not coming up, just came from my wallet. Got your PT rescheduled for
Monday,
Monday, by the way.
Wallet. I stole the money out of the wallet. No. That's going to get us in the shit. You told me not to. You're right, yeah. I didn't realise it was going to go down like this. I mean, when he finds the safe, he's going to be even more cross. And if he drinks he drank the Coke, not the lemonade, we're lucky. Did he drink the lemonade or the Coke? Like, did he pee in the Coke as well? Well, if he drank the lemonade, we'd be in even more trouble. Oh, the wallet. There's no monies in the wallet. There's no monies in the wallet. Peg it. Peg it, Silverboard squeaks. He's got his gun out. I told you in America they've all got guns. This is fucked. Throw something on the other side of the house as well. You get something, you throw it like that, and it'd make a noise over there, and he'd go, oh, what was that noise over there? And then you peg it. We're hiding under the fucking table. No.
Came back early.
Yeah, no shit.
Did you get the money?
Oh, we got it all right.
Nice work, guys.
We're not having a discussion now. Drive. Like, these are the worst. I couldn't, like... Did you get the money? If you don't drive now, I'm going to poke you in the eye. That's all you need to know. Drive. Get him out of the driver's seat. Get me in the driver's seat. I don't care. I'll do it myself. I don't have any faith in him anymore. The fact that he asked me questions. Like, we're going to get arrested if these goons don't keep... I can't believe it. We're outside his house. He's in his house. We're running away. There's no time for questions now. Drive. I just, like, I would be so, because the stress and the situation as well, like, you know, it's important, this stuff. Like, when I used to do, like, I don't know, like hairdressing, if it was an important client and stuff, like, I wouldn't just, like, pass it off to everyone. Sometimes I'd be like, right, look, give it to me. I'm doing this now. Like, there's no questions, like, and I wouldn't talk to people in a bad way, but if I had to say things like wash this off, Fetch the bleach. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you need to take control of a situation. This feels like one of them where I just feel like saying, get in the passenger seat and shut the fuck up. I'd have to drive the car myself because I have no confidence in him anymore. Leaning over, looking and talking. He's in his house, you know. I know, I've just come out of there. Why do you think we left? Fucking idiot.
Guys, how about we stop for burgers on the way home, huh? Have a little celebration.
We're gonna be celebrating every day for a week.
He's found the safe. He's found the safe.
Dispatch, this is C1.
And he's seen us out the window, and he wouldn't have done if we'd have been off a little earlier.
I need all available cars in the area west 2 Rock. Searching for a blue pickup truck.
And that's your fault, so you can go to prison.
Copy on your request. Is everything okay?
No, it's not fucking okay. I need units now. Someone robbed my house.
We robbed the fucking... What a stupid thing to do as well. To rob the... Oh, here we are at gunpoint. This is also tense.
They didn't see us turn in.
And there they go, the police. Imagine that, you're at gunpoint in the fucking thing, and the police come, woo, 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 and you think, oh, fucking great. Thank fuck for that. And they just woo, 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 past. And I bet that's all the police in the area that, you know, because it's a little stupid little town in the middle of Arizona, isn't it? So that's all the police. They've gone fucking somewhere else. We're fucked. Woo, woo, woo. Shit. But the sheriff, I mean, that was stupid as well, robbing the sheriff. Of all the people that you could choose to rob, like, he's got the police immediately on his radio, hasn't he? Like, other people would have to call them up and like explain things. He's on the radio, I want a car now. Oh, we're definitely going to get caught on this one. He saw us out the window and he's on his radio straight away. The police are there on the scene because we're robbing the police. Stupid. Right, yeah, carry on. I'm at gunpoint. So.
How'd they even find us? We got away clean.
He must have seen the truck. Listen up! We're not here to hurt you. We don't even want your wallets.
All right, yeah, he didn't even check if his wife was okay. He's just checked the monies first, yeah? Shouts out his poor wife, who can't talk and is confined to the wheelchair. She's basically at his mercy, isn't she, in many ways, so that sounds bad. I wonder what kind of...
We just need a place to lay low until we can be safely on our way. Don't do anything stupid and you'll be fine. Understood?
Yes. My answer to this is yes. Please let us go, and how can we trust you? Just yes, I get it. Don't do anything stupid, you won't hurt me. Fair play. I didn't headbutt you, apparently. Now I'm down here on the floor. Like, I look like quite a big chuffer in this, and that just looks like some kid with a gun. So I felt like there was an opportunity there when all the chaos kicked off at the first. Okay, the gun might go off, but if it's not pointing at me, like, you know, I'm thinking if I just have time to do that, and it's quite a quick action, and I'm not a ninja, but if he doesn't pull the trigger by the time I've just done that, then we're on, aren't we? It's like I guess it's not a 50-50. I'm trusting that the kid doesn't really want to pull the trigger and like blow someone's head off with a shotgun. Just like, no, he might be scared as well, but it's only just like, well, I don't know how much clearance I need from the shotgun. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's just such a small, like, because I'd be moving my head away as well. You know, you'd have to keep pushing it towards me. It'd go off, and because it's only got 2 bullets in it as well, hasn't it? So, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong to suggest to try and, like, you know, because if you move close to him as well, like, I'd be moving towards him, so he has to turn the gun on himself like that. He's not going to do that. That'd be stupid. He might be stupid. I don't know. Like, I'm at gunpoint. Do I want to say, please let us go? He probably won't let us go. Like, he's got us at gunpoint. How can we trust you? I can't trust him. He's holding me at gunpoint. Or just yes. At the moment, if you're not going to hurt me, I will just stay here. That seems fine. But I've got a daughter, haven't I? So I don't want to just be like, you know, I've got this duty to protect. I don't want to just be like passive in the situation. I'm going to say yes for now, but I don't think he's going to let us go if I plead with him, so I'm just going to say yes.
We understand. Yeah, whatever you say.
Good. That's what I want to hear. You! Keep that dog quiet.
Obviously, you can't control the... You're making it worse
Let's
by
just check a
shouting.
car. Drive back the other way.
That annoyed me, because I'd have to say to him, "Look, obviously you're making it worse by shouting at the dog." It'd probably get me in trouble, wouldn't it, in this situation? But obviously the dog's barking at you because you're doing all the things. So don't tell him. Stop being a bad chuffer.
Or they realize they're not chasing anyone.
Too risky. If they got roadblocks.
Oh wait, yeah, the police are looking for them. I just realised the two stories have collided here. The police are looking for them, aren't they? So they wooed and they went past, and they shouldn't have done. They should have been here. Fuck.
Vince, we need to do something.
We need to do something. Look, let's negotiate then. They're armed, but you can negotiate. I'm not going to, from this position, I'm not going to get up and start having a fight. Let's try and negotiate. I'm not going to sit and stay quiet either, because he's eggy now, he's edgy. I'll take control. I'm not having him fuck this up for us, Vince. He thinks we need to negotiate or do something. If I say, no, they're armed, just stay quiet, yeah, then he's going to just try and do something and he's going to fuck it up. So I'm going to be in control. I'm not letting him fuck this up. Let's negotiate.
Hey, guys.
What?
Look, I get that you need to hide, but do you need us for that? We could go to our room. Stay out of your way.
No one's leaving. Just stay down and stay quiet.
At least you tried.
Fair enough.
Can't stay here.
We can until dark. Then we set out cross country. It's our best shot.
I'm telling you, we gotta move.
Where is... Oh my God. She's coming with a gun. I was going to say, where is our family and that lady? But then...
Weapon.
Easy now.
I said drop it.
They've all got guns in America. She's a badass. Please leave. She means it. Let's all calm down. It's an interesting combination of questions. She means it's threatening, and it might, in certain situations like this, she's being quite threatening and aggressive, but it's obviously working, isn't it? So maybe I should back her up on that. She means it. You better leave, or let's all calm down, diffuse the tension, because they might raise their gun and they might have a firefight, and this, maybe I should try and diffuse the tension. But I'm on the side of her at the moment. I'm thinking she's pulled this move. I'm glad she's pulled it. I want to back her up. And please leave seems a little bit feeble. Do you know what I mean? Please, can you just go now? Because she's got a gun on you. I think I should back her up and say she means it. You please leave. Calm. Should I say please leave? Is it calm? I just don't want to sound too she's coming with a gun and she's like, drop it. And I go, oh, and if you could also, if you could leave us a nice Airbnb reference on TripAdvisor when you leave, thank you very much. And I've got your hat. I think I should back her up. If she's being tough and it's working, I should stand next to her and go, yeah, she means it. And that might, because there's two of them and there's one of her. You please leave. You're all saying please leave. Don't undermine her. I'm not going to undermine her. Yeah, I think let's all calm down and probably, although part of me wants to diffuse the situation, because I think if we escalate it and they've both got guns, then someone could get shot. Whereas if we diffuse it, there's less chance of people getting shot. That's the main thing that would be on my mind here. Is I'm not really in the politics of what these lads are doing, their crimes, or I'm not really what I want to make sure is that nobody shoots my family or me. As a priority, I don't want them running around to my hotel room with a gun. And my daughter. Remember that mainly my daughter's in a hotel room here. She could come wandering in at any time. I want these guns down and no random bullets being sprayed. But instinctively, I'm seeing her take this strong position, so I want to say she means it. We're going to say please leave. A lot of people have said please leave. I'm also happy with please leave as long as it's firm enough.
Please, just leave before someone gets hurt.
No one asked you.
It's my motel. I'll deal with them.
Joyce, if that thing goes off...
Then I'll scrape them off the walls.
But it don't have to be like that. If we help these boys out of whatever corner they got themselves stuck in...
I'm not helping them with shit. Show me your faces. I said, take off the masks.
She's pushy.
No.
You're the Holt boys.
You're the ones who hit our car.
Paul, take the shotgun.
I'll take the shotgun.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I'll cuff him with the back end as well.
Really, Paul?
In Minecraft.
Grab the gun.
In Minecraft. Not in this game. I think we should. Absolutely. He's the one that hit our car. We're in this mess because of them. They were very rude to us on the road. Clearly, they're bad chuffers. They've come in with a gun and threatened everyone. She's got them to, I now step forward. I take the gun and I might accidentally give them a little dig with the fucking, like on the movies, isn't it? Douche like that. That's what happens on the movies. I'm sorry I can't undo your auto mod, but because I can't get the mouse out. But I'm definitely taking that gun. I guess, do I want my fingerprints on it? There's that issue, but there's witnesses here and everything, isn't there? We want control of that shotgun. If that kid's not, that guy's not going to do it, I will. Thanks. It wasn't even a choice.
Now point it at him.
Pointed at him.
You do that, I promise you'll regret it.
Yeah, I don't know about point it at him. Do I need to point it at him? I don't want to drop it either. If I start pointing at him, then I'm complicit in another... I don't know about American law, but I assume I'm complicit in another sort of crime. I'm getting myself involved in pointing guns at people. At the same time, I'm defending everyone. We're in this situation, but she's got the gun. She's doing the pointing. She seems to be in charge. I'm quite happy to do, to follow her lead here, in a way. She seems to know what she's talking about. I'm not going to drop it. That's another issue. Is my other option here is drop it. If it was hold on to it but don't point it at him, I'm more comfortable with that. But dropping it's not an option because then it's on the floor and then they can pick it up and stuff. I'm not doing that. You could shoot them dead in Arizona. I don't want to shoot anyone. So pointing it is a step more towards it, and I don't know what happens in the future. But when you're dealing with guns, if you point for health and safety reasons, you never point them at people unless you assume that they could go off and kill them. So if I do point it, then I'm to assume there's a chance, and that opens up the possibility that I might shoot and kill someone in Minecraft in this game. And I don't really want to do that. They pointed it at me, yeah. I'd probably open it up. Probably what I would instinctively want to do is open it up and take the shells out. So now it's a dead gun. I'd hold on to it and hit people with it, but I'm not going to shoot someone. Especially not these young lads. They might be bad eggs and everything, but I'm not going to end their lives over all this nonsense. We're pointing it though. Out of these choices, I'm pointing it. I agree with you, but
you've never held a gun a day in your life.
I learned quick though.
See, this is bad though. Because now what am I going to do? Why has he done that? He's took it off me.
Touch my things again, you won't be happy.
Hang on, he's took it off me. See, this isn't right because I would probably pull the fucking trigger. I know all these things I just said about not wanting to kill people and everything, but it would have gone off. I'm clumsy. He's grabbed hold of it. I'd have just squeezed hard and not wanting to let go. And the trigger would have gone off, wouldn't it? And when he punched that lady, then was the chance for me to step and start acting. I waited and he grabbed hold of the gun. So I don't know about that either. But these things happened, and you told me to fucking point it at him. Now he's got it back. So maybe he wouldn't have it back if I'd thrown it away.
Hey, you get the truck hid away?
It's in a shutout back. Tyler, these people didn't do anything to us.
They will if we let them. You and Dale, line them all up. I need to make a call.
And this went well wrong. Listen, as well, we had the fucking guns pointed at them, so how come this ended up like this? This was bad from us. Like we played that badly. Not us as a group making the choices, but our characters in the game that got too close and allowed themselves to be punched and had the gun took off them. Oh, that was bad. In the UK, we have knives, yeah, but like, I don't carry a knife. Like, same, like, it's even worse principles. Like, you know, if you've got a gun and you shoot someone, you can actually like shoot them in the lower half of the leg, and like they might not die probably. But like, even if you stab someone in the leg in the soft parts, like there's only a few soft places you can stab people where they're less likely to die. Most chances are that like you could end up catching a fucking murder for like thinking you're doing some sort of weird self-defense act. Like, no point in carrying knives, is there? Like, terrible. I mean, I know it's like they're out there and the bad people have them, but like in terms of self-defense, I'm talking about in America, like in this situation, you know, you come out with the gun to self-defend. Like, I don't think it's a good idea. If like, you had a burglar in the house, jumping downstairs and murdering them with a kitchen knife would probably be worse than. I suppose we've got blunt objects. Like, I'm more into blunt objects. Wouldn't you be happy if no one had guns? Like, well, in England, like only real bad people have guns, and the police. Like, and some people have shotguns for legitimate reasons with gun licenses. So yes, I'd be happier if no one had guns. Like, but I don't live in America where everyone's got guns, so I don't know what it feels like. When I was in America, I knew what it felt like to assume everyone had guns. And we went to the barbers, right? Eddie all had his hair cut, and we filmed it in the sequence. He got in the film as well. We filmed this thing in the hairdressers, in the barber, and it got in the film because at the barber, like I brought it up. I was like, "Do everyone have guns?" I think I brought it up already. Like, I think I might have, because I was a bit obsessed with it. I was like, "Does everyone have guns?" And like the barber had a gun. Like the barber, he was cutting Eddie's hair. Maybe Eddie brought it up, and like he got it out. He took it, mate. We're very safe, and he let Eddie hold it while he was having his haircut. And I was like it isn't like, I used to do people's hair. I was a barber, I'd done some of that, and I wouldn't have considered having a fucking weapon like a gun on my hip while I was doing it. Like, it would, like, even if I had a gun, like carrying it on my hip while I was doing my work like that would have it would have felt way out of the ordinary, So yeah, in America, lots of people have guns, but I don't really know what that feels like. Even though when I was there, like, I suppose in the back of my mind at some point, I was assuming that most people might have had a gun. But
It's me. We got a problem. Desert Dream Motel.
All right, shitheads. Over by the tables.
You boys, you haven't hurt anyone, have you?
Yeah, we killed the president. Ain't that right, bro?
You're the middle brother. The one who got himself sent off to juvenile hall.
Shut the fuck up.
Why? Everybody knows.
Joyce, don't.
From what I hear, you're just like your daddy. Another fucked up Holt thinks the world's his to break.
What, like this? Or how about...
Okay, I know there's a lot going on, and I have to pause it a lot, but from what I'm learning from Joyce is she's already got their number, and like, I kind of trust Joyce on this, and I think his dad sounds like a bit of a bad egg, and he seems like a bit of he's obviously a bit of a bad chuffer, isn't he? So like, I've got this guy pegged as a bad chuffer. He's not in my good books. At any given opportunity to fucking, do him over, hit him over the head with something, whatever it takes. Like, let's get this bad chuffer out of the picture. Like, he's definitely the enemy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to come round to... Like, I was a bit of a humanitarian at first because they're young lads, so they could be messing about, being, over exuberant and a bit, over the top, but I don't want to shoot them with a shotgun, for that. Even if they are being bad chuffers. But no, like, he's smashing the cup and doing all this. I'm just like, you're a bad chuffer. I'm still not going to end his life with a shotgun, but I could probably pop him in the ankle or the knee. You have to do that. You're upsetting Zeus.
Come on, man. Is that necessary?
Are you necessary? Shut it up. Now.
He's a dog. He doesn't have an off switch.
It's just nervous, Dale. I don't care what it feels. I want it to shut up.
Calm the dog or calm Dale? Well, Dale's making the dog angry, so calm Dale.
Look, Zeus is just freaked out right now. He'll calm down if we just sit quietly.
I said, shut it the fuck up. Dale, What are you doing? It's called controlling the room.
By pointing guns at puppies? Wasn't breaking the Kasdan boy's jaw enough for you?
Don't you start with me.
Or what? You'll break my face too? Or are you just gonna shoot me?
She's moving towards getting that
Zeus,
gun.
quiet.
Keep the dog barking, it's distracting him. I don't want to ask... This is a messed up choice. I don't want to ask Joyce to back off because I like her and she's creeping towards getting that gun. I like her energy on this. But telling the dog to be quiet as well, like, it's distracting him. And I know that he's threatening to shoot the dog, right? So I don't want him to shoot the dog. That would be really bad. But it's distracting him. So this is a good situation because if the dog keeps distracting him and he turns his attention and like gets a bit distracted and she creeps forward, we could be on here again. I mean, we've already tried it once and we've got ourselves in this situation, but like, I like that energy. Whereas, like, if I tell the dog to be quiet, I mean, I don't want to ask her to, but I'm worried though, if I tell the dog to be quiet and don't ask her to back off, she might get shot. Like, let the dog go, they're nasty when they want to be Jack Rustlers. Little Jack Russells. Little Jack Russells. Not as nasty as big dogs. But yeah, there's a distraction going on. Like, I don't want to ask her to back off, but I worry about her that, like, my choice, what I worry about is the choices I've got. You know, I worry if I don't ask her to back off, I might accidentally get her killed or whatever. I suppose in my control here is quiet Zeus, really. Like, I'm going to let Joyce be herself. She's chaotic good. And I like her energy, but I'm worried that she's going to grab for that gun unless I'm helping. Like, if I'm trying to quieten Zeus and mess about, I might get her killed, but that's quiet Zeus.
Jim, give him here. That's it. Good boy. Nice and calm.
Because I don't want him shooting Zeus.
Shit.
Zeus is trying to get free.
Zeus. Easy.
There. Are you happy? Now put the gun down. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You know what? I'm tired of you. Tape her mouth shut.
Me? Get fucked. Although I could do it like and do a really bad job of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'll tape your mouth shut. You know. But I kind of want to refuse. Like, you fucking tape it shut if you want it taped shut. Point the gun at me and make me tape it shut. If I refuse, he's going to point the gun at me though, isn't he? Yeah? But I kind of want to go through that process just to be like, fuck you. I really don't want to tape her mouth shut. What are you saying? Tape her mouth. Like, if I tape her mouth, I could do it like a really shonky job and, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You're saying tape it. Going more on your answers than my instincts here, though. Think of your family. Well, he's not going to shoot me over this, is he? But, like, I would sort of say, you fucking tape it shut. You're the fucking one who wants to tape shut. And then he has to go and do it, and then she might bite his finger and shit might kick off. It's temporary. You've got to go and watch Match of the Day. Big ups. What is it? It's time for us to finish. Like, we want to do these in sort of hour-and-a-half chunks. Like, at some point there should be a natural, I suppose, save point maybe in the game, but I don't know. We should come towards that soon, I hope. But refuse or tape choice? None of you said refuse, so I'm going to go with tape choice. But instinctively, I would refuse. I feel like I'm being weak.
I'm sorry.
He's done quite well. Is that a good job of it?
What the hell is going on out here?
She was annoying me.
All right, it's settled. We stay put about an hour and leave once it's dark.
Fuck, a whole hour?
I don't like that. I wish we could take that back. I didn't like taping Joyce.
Why do they have so much luggage? Who else are you traveling with, huh? You tell me the truth now.
I think I tell him the truth. My family. If I say just my dad and he finds this lady and this girl later and he doesn't know what's going on, like, there's going to be problems. And I kind of want to tell him my family and you stay the fuck away from them. The circus is stupid. I'm not saying the circus. The choice is to sort of like hide the fact that my family are there and hope that he doesn't discover it, which is going to get us in trouble later. I can just feel it. And I'd rather alert him to that and then like have the fucking row about it. Do you think I'm being stupid and like, you know, jeopardising my family by telling him they exist? Like, part of me's getting eggy with it as well, and I kind of want to have a row with him about stuff. So I kind of might want to say the circus. Say my family.
My family. My father, my wife, my little girl.
Go check the rooms.
He sent him. I don't like this. Like, there are choices that I immediately regret.
I don't like you. First sign of trouble and you sell out your own family? You're scared shitless right
I
now.
didn't sell them out.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I didn't sell them out. I thought it was like we were going to talk about it and I was going to tell them, like, you don't get to see how it's going to exactly play out, do you? But I suppose I wouldn't, because I wouldn't know what he's going to do. But I assumed he would, like, you know, check the rooms anyway, and then he'd be like, who are these people? And like, knowing that they're my family, like, like he then knows that I'm going to be, like, I have skin in the game, so to speak, and that I would give a shit rather than just some random people in the rooms.
You don't know the first thing about who I am.
Don't I?
Nope. But this tough guy act of yours, that I can't see through.
Let's just hope your walk's as cool as your talk.
At this point, look how close he is to you. You can headbutt him.
It's a cop. What do we do?
Make sure the
That's
gun
just
goes
Big
off.
Sam. He buys a soda, talks for a while, then he's gone.
No, alert the police.
Jay, in the back. Get rid of the cop. You hear me?
No way.
Sure thing, boss.
Make sure the gun goes off.
You two. Keep your mouths shut
Right
and
now,
this will
grab
all be
it.
over faster.
He's waving the gun around. Just make sure it goes off, and then the cop's like, why did the shotgun go off?
You're coming with me.
And there's all trouble. That's what I'd do. I mean, I don't want to get anyone shot, but I just grab the gun, fire it, you know, just get it going off.
Hey there.
Evening.
Hey, Sam.
Alert the police.
Paul, how's things?
They're fucked. There's
Slow as
armed
usual.
robbers, don't.
Yeah, like my daddy always said. If you don't slow down, you don't see the wall before you hit it. Where's Joyce and her kid? Upstairs?
Oh, Ash is at a friend's house for the night, and Joyce isn't feeling well.
Hide the evidence
She's
or
been
leave
in
the
bed for
evidence.
days.
Sorry to hear
Leave
that.
the evidence. Like, I feel like this. I'm making the wrong choices, and hiding the evidence means that we don't get our family killed by mistake or whatever, yeah? But leaving the evidence, I want the cop to see it. I don't want to hide it. Like, leave the evidence. I would even alert the cop. I'd get out
Say,
and be like,
you
making
haven't seen
faces.
three fellas in a blue pickup, have you?
I'd be like, yeah.
Maybe out on the road somewhere?
Nope. Been here all day.
Like, you know, yeah.
How you liking the desert dream?
Oh, can't complain.
Yeah, Joyce runs herself a tight ship.
Like, more people on our side, the police, guns, all that. Look, here's my family now. He's got a gun. I'm not having this. Alert the police.
Can I ask what brings you to Two Rock?
Vacation, moving, or on the run? What a fucking stupid load of questions.
We're just here for the night. On our way to Missouri, actually.
Oh, yeah? Why Missouri? If you don't mind me prying.
My wife grew up there. You know what? It doesn't matter.
No problem. Just had to ask.
I mean, maybe if it said we're on the run. the police
There's
might
a
have arrested
dream,
us,
but I'm on my way back.
and then we could have got out of there.
Anyway, we're looking for 3 idiots who broke into the sheriff's house. If you can believe anyone would be that stupid. They're armed and dangerous, so if you hear anything, you call 911.
Any idea who it was?
Nah, they covered their faces, so they wouldn't be recognized.
Oh, is that why?
You've seen the evidence, look.
Is this one of Joyce's?
Oh, she was just looking for that.
I thought she was sick in bed. Wait, is that blood? Look, are you sure everything's okay here?
No. Make a face. Help. I want to say help. Like, put him right in the line with the people with the guns. Like, he's got a gun, he's got the authority of law, he can bring in the reinforcements. Otherwise, we're stuck in the behest of these fucking nutters. And like, when it all kicks off, obviously, there's a chance they might just shoot my family, but I don't think they would they? I think they'd be more worried about the policeman. You only say yep. I don't want to say yep. I want to say help. Like, he doesn't have to go storming in there and getting everyone shot, but I think in this situation I should be able to go, you know, 2 shotgun in there, you know, like, and he can go quietly and call in the reinforcements. I've got to call help now. Otherwise, like, if you're in this sort of situation, what would you want? You'd want the police to come and help you, wouldn't you? Well, here's a police, but he just doesn't know he's supposed to help us. Like, I'm saying help.
Call for backup. Now.
That's it, just hushed, like that.
As soon as I walk out that door, I'm gonna radio for backup.
That's it, yeah.
Now laugh like I told you a joke.
That's it.
Good one, right?
And all we've got to do is get ourselves out the line, like, just
Take
slightly
care
away.
now.
Like, keep them at ease, and then the police can just come in and fucking take over, yeah?
What did he say, huh? Does he know?
Does he know? No.
He just told me a dirty joke.
What joke?
It was about the manager. I swear to God, he has no idea.
Vince.
Daddy, what's happening?
Oh, God.
That's what I mean, though. Hopefully this situation, look, okay, we're all in the room and the guns are still in it, but they don't really want to sort of like do bad things to me or my family, do they? They're just concerned with controlling us. Like, there are different situations to be in, and these young lads are not trying to torture us and do stuff like that. So if we can just stay out the way of them, and like their objectives might come more clear, maybe they want money and, you know, whatever, like, but if we can stay out the way of them and just wait for the police arrival, like, we can maintain our safety. You know, we don't have to anger them and have the guns flying around and have everyone getting punched and shot, do we? Although that one does seem quite erratic and difficult. But then these situations like this could easily turn really nasty really quickly, couldn't it? Like with the erratic, difficult one. So you just want to make sure that those guns are just not being waved around as much as possible, don't you? And there's no reason for anything to kick off. And as soon as the police turn up, you grab your daughter and peg it out the back door. And like, they've got a choice then, haven't they? Like, are they worried about the hostages or the police at the front door? And they're going to be more worried about the police at the front door. Like, as soon as they're distracted, you just fucking grab your family and run, don't you? I suppose your dad can't run, but your family could get shot if it goes ballistic, yeah. But then we're in that situation now. They're waving the guns around. Like, my family could get shot. That was the case earlier when I took hold of the gun and pointed it at them. I said that as well earlier. You know, like, it increases the chance of that happening. We haven't diffused that earlier. I don't like. It increases the chance of there being a gunfight, I guess, but like, ultimately, the other way out of this situation is to just fully go the way whatever these fucking boys want you to do the whole way, and you're just completely at their behest the whole way. I don't want to do that. If you gave me, like, let's say you put me on my own in a room with the telephone for 20 minutes and they forgot about the telephone, am I ringing the police? Yeah, the fuck I am. So I'm ringing the police, you know? Not just because I want to see justice enacted or anything like that, but for my own safety in this situation. I agree it's more chance of a gunfight happening, but I also think that chaotic, neutral, like in terms of people, like I'm talking in sort of Dungeons and Dragons templates here, but like you could be a good person, a bad person, or a neutral person, and you could be chaotic or lawful, or like bad chaotic or bad like lawful, so to speak. And like there's lots of chaotic elements here, but the police are lawful and good. Like they're going to follow the rules and they're going to be on the side of not trying to shoot me. They're definitely allies in this situation. You know, they're definitely people that, like, adding to the mix with more people like them in this situation for us, I think is a good thing, even if it might increase the odds of a firefight happening. From this point onwards, my attention is alerted. I get the advantage of knowing they're coming, yeah? So all I'm trying to do now is get my family to the safest possible position with an intent to run as soon as possible, because I know there's about to be a big distraction. Whereas these boys might be getting settled in, they might be getting relaxed. Like, my intention is to make them as settled and relaxed as possible. Like, we've got a plan here. I think we're okay, like, with that. Rather than if we didn't call the police or didn't alert them, then I'm on edge the whole time, worried about how they're going to and these boys probably would escalate, you know. Okay, we're going to settle in for the night and we're just going to fuck about and have some fun. And I don't want to do that, son.
Dale, Jay, we're leaving early. We're taking her.
What? Wait, no. Hang on now.
If we get away without being followed, I'll drop her at a payphone. But if you call the cops...
I think we have to attack him. I don't know about the gun. I think I attack him rather than the gun. Begging's off the cards for me now. He's not going to listen to begging. We've already been nice to him. Has the one behind him got a gun? The one behind him's got a gun as well. But if he takes her, then he said if the cops own her, well, the cops are going to come. I like Attack Tyler. That's like my instinct on it is I like Attack Tyler for some reason. Like, just punch him really fucking hard in the face. Beg. You're all saying beg. If you beg, you're wussy and you're begging. Grab his gun. You might have a chance to like have a face-off with the other gunman. Attack him. The other gunman's probably just going to shoot you, isn't he? But like, there's another person in the room. There's other people in the room. Like, you know, if you attack him, the chaos kicks off. And like, he's not part. Like, I want to blind him, if anything. Sounds fucking awful, but you know, I want to punch him hard in the nose. I don't think he's going to be effective with his gun. Then I have a family. Someone can get shot. Okay, everyone's saying beg, but I think we need to play this game another turn through with me being really aggressive, because like my egg is up here as well. Like, and it's supposed to be a flashpoint situation, and although I'm probably not going to win the fight and I might get shot and it might be stupid, I feel instinctively like if I do nothing, I'm going to really regret the fact that he walked her out of there and the police turned up and I sort of saw it coming. So I have to intervene, and so beg is off the cards for me. Intervention is on the cards, and I kind of feel instinctively like I might get shot or beaten up. And like, sometimes if you do these things, you don't win the fight. And I don't have to be in these situations in my normal life, so I don't have to act like some Superman tough guy all the time. But I hope that if I was really pushed, I wouldn't just wither, you know? So you have to roll the dice. Like, even like Anthony Joshua rolled the dice the other day and got knocked out. Like, I feel like I might get knocked out here. I feel like I might, you know, get shot. But in the process, I'm going to prevent my wife from being kidnapped and her getting shot. Like, my main priority here is that she's not walking out, they're not dragging her out. So if we have to have a big Barney and a gun go off and the other people, because there's 2 other men in the room as well, like my dad and the guy that runs the place, and there's that lady, she's got tape on her mouth, but she's still quite effective. You know, we could kick off a thing and we could win, and then the police turn up and we're having a fight, rather than, I can't let her leave and I have to fight for it, don't I? Some of you are saying attack now. What if your kid gets shot? Exactly. I don't want that to happen, but like, these are not all good decisions, are they? Like, I'm not necessarily making the best decision, like in terms of let's plan it out in pros and cons list. I'm just doing instinctively, because I instinctively feel it'll get me shot. I feel like there's a chance I get shot, not by the kid in the back as well, like the one that stood behind us there, you know, the one that stood behind. I think he might just shoot me. Will I die? You know, in the chaos of it all, he might miss. Grab his gun. I worry about that because the kid might feel even more like shooting me at the back. I'm going to attack him. I think enough of you have said attack, and I think I talked you into it. Although some of you really want beg. But beg, I can't consciously beg. I've been all the way through this process when I chose the soft option of, like, you know, trying to talk him down or whatever. They escalated and got more eggy, and like, I want to instinctively show them, again, we talked about boundaries earlier on. Like, when it was putting the tape over the woman's mouth, I wanted to say, no, fuck you, and be made to do it. And okay, at the end, if they punch me with the gun, I'll do it. You know, there's a limit. I don't want to be shot in order to do it, but I want them to make me. I don't want to just fucking capitulate immediately. So they know, and I know. I've looked them in the eye and I said, no, you fucking make me do it. And then they'd punch me with the gun, and then I'd be like, I'm really unhappy to be punched with the gun. You know, now I'm bleeding, and I will do it. But you had to make me, you know? I'm going to attack him. Let's grab the gun anyway.
Vince, look out!
Where's the other people in the room? The gun's gone off. That's good for us. The gun's gone off. Where's the other people in the room? Go for the neck. That's good. This is exactly the way I saw it going.
Let go of me!
No, I didn't see this bit though.
Mommy.
Well now, look who ain't afraid to hold a gun anymore.
I'll tell you what's annoying me here, right? Right. So the gun went off. Our daughter was in the room. That's bad. Our wife managed to get caught kidnapped by the other man. That's bad. But during the melee, no one stepped in and intervened in any other way. Dad didn't get our daughter out the back door. Like, no one did anything. They just stood there and watched it go down, which is stupid. Like, that was opportunities for everyone else. Like, we created the chaos. Everyone else had an opportunity to act. And what we'd hope is that our dad would have got our daughter out the back door, away to safety. You know, just away. And there's enough properties in this little accommodation thing. There's enough, like, spaces to hide for everyone to sort of scatter and create chaos. I don't mind being left in the room on my own with them. But like, I hoped I would have, like, by creating this issue, freed up, like, and there's several of them in the room, so I feel disappointed with the rest of my party here. What's going to go down now, because we're in a Mexican standoff? Do I, you know, put the gun down? I suppose, yeah, because he's got the gun on my wife, but I'm not just going to put it down and give it to them. At the moment, there's one more bullet in it, one more cartridge in it, and I can either throw it at a distance, you know, I'll just smash it through the window and say, okay, I'm not holding it anymore, and just throw it out, smash it through the window. I don't think there's any point in me shooting it, because, like, it's going to scare them. I'm either going to maim the one that doesn't have the gun. I'm not going to point it at the one that does, because it could shoot my wife, because it's like scattergun effect, isn't it? It's like a shotgun sawn off.
Tell him to let her go.
If I did that, it wouldn't be a standoff.
Yeah, and I lose this standoff.
Vince, maybe you should put the gun...
I automatically lose the standoff because I don't have anything... Like, they've got everything that I want at stake. Like, you know, you can shoot my wife and I lose. I could shoot at you and shoot my wife and I lose. I could shoot at you and you could shoot at my wife. We both, you know, I lose. you could shoot me and I lose. Like, I don't, like, there's no way of me shooting my gun and I win in this situation because you've got my wife in front of you like a shield, and I don't have like a sniper rifle on your dot on your forehead. I've got a shotgun, so I've only got one shot as well, so I could discharge it into your friend and make sure that I fucking maim his knee, or like, the best thing I can do is throw it away, but in range of someone else that they might use it later. But so enough of a neutral position that it's out of the way that they feel it's been discarded, so that okay, I've thrown the gun down, but I'm not giving it back to them. I want it out the picture, in the hands of my friends, but not given back to them.
Or maybe you keep your toys for once.
Is this really what you want? In front of your kid?
See, shoot Tyler is not an option to me here. I'm not going to become a murderer over this now. Like, no one's shot. Did anyone shoot me? I don't think anyone's shot me, have they? And it also, it plays the card, like, but then surrender wasn't the other option. Throw the gun away, but like, shooting Tyler just means he's shot. I've done that. I can't do it any further. I got one bullet here. I don't want to. It's not helpful to me to shoot Tyler. Like, it causes all sorts of problems. Yeah, I'm not doing. Like, they might shoot my family and friends because if I show Tyler, it's just too stupid. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's not even like they've done something worth shooting them over yet, really. I'm assuming it'd be dead, shoot him dead, and then. But surrendering and giving the power gun back over to him seems stupid. But yeah, I'm not going to cop a murder charge for this, am I? So. But discard the gun away. Don't hand it back to him.
See? I knew you'd be sensible.
And of course, I'm not going to shoot you.
But I can't let you get away with that.
What the fuck? Why would I give him the gun? I got shot. I underestimated him, to be fair. I thought he was like a younger, I didn't think he was a murderer. I didn't think he would just take the gun and shoot me. I thought the other one was more erratic. Even though we played as those younger lads first. We're going to have to play this game again. We played as those young lads first. We got to see it from their side a bit. So I knew he was a bad chuffer, but like, do you think in real life I'd have got myself shot there? Do you think that's a fair outcome? Sticks by the family whatever it costs. Faces danger with courage. Completes quick actions with speed and accuracy. But brave and family oriented. Unfortunately, dead. And we can explore the story, look. We can play it from any of these scenes, so we don't have to go back like to the start. We can play from where we left off, make a different decision at any point. I'd quite like. There are some decisions I was not happy with that I'd like to go back and see the other way. For example, tape Joyce. I'd quite like to go back there and not tape Joyce. Everything up to that point I can sort of live with. And it's not going to give. I thought it was going to give us a more detailed breakdown of our choices, but I wonder what that percentage is. I wonder if that's a percentage of people who made that choice. There's a lot of different choices, look, in the past, and each choice leads to a slightly different. Like, when we check into the desert hotel, we could either take a walk with Jim or stay at home, but they both lead to the same point. Someone comes and storms the motel, so it doesn't go off on a completely different tangent. It's quite clever, isn't it? They're two different paths, but they come back together instead of going off completely separately. But there are, like, clearly quite different narrative branching paths here that can end in different places. But even if you take the different paths here, you can still move down and end in a similar place. Like, you'd think that if you took, like, this path here, you would never get to that top bit there, but you can. Well, no, you can only get to there, can't you? Well, from the top, you can get down here, though. It's interesting. I think, should we go back and, this is a good point to save it, isn't it? And to come back next time. But I think taping Joyce is something that I wanted to not do. We got shot. I mean, I got shot. We got shot. It's not me either. Like, sometimes I didn't feel like it represented me. Sometimes I feel like it represented like a character that I wasn't really me. So I was making choices for the character, but in the main I tried to put as much into it as I could. I'm a bit disappointed. I'll tell you what I'm disappointed with, right? And maybe this will be different multiplayer or as the game goes on, but at the moment this is chapter 1 and we're offered the choices for Vince and Jay, and they're both male protagonists, a protagonist and an antagonist. But like, okay, am I being too woke? Like, they had a black lady in it and my daughter's a mixed race, but like, why aren't we making the decisions on behalf of a more diverse cast of people, because they're both white male young men that I'm making the decisions for? But there's only 2 characters, so I'm being too woke to expect some diversity, aren't I? But Tyler's a killer, you know that, though, yeah. Well, I didn't expect that, to be honest, but then I don't know. This is another question, right? Was I being naive about America? Like, in England, people were not going to shoot you over fucking petty shit. It seemed quite serious shit with breaking in and all that, but you know what I mean? Like, it's very unlikely that that's going to go down. And if you're in a hostage situation even, you'd expect, like, I would expect a sort of friendly camaraderie, not a nice, but like not a fucking horrible nasty. Although, you know, there are obviously really bad, horrible criminals out there, but like, I guess the difference is, like, you know, these didn't seem like really bad, horrible criminals, these lads. They just seemed like young lads who were being arseholes, you know, robbing things, scallywags, but not like violent, murdering, you know. Maybe I got that wrong. Just, I don't know why, but I did. You can go to the Explore Tree option at the main menu to go make different choices. Fair play. Is this? I'm not going to continue and play hours and hours now, because we're going to do it on Sundays, like, as our Sunday game, I think, until we're done with it. Because we just did like it's like watching a film, yeah? And like, we just did like an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours of it. So it'd be like watching endless box sets of Game of Thrones. I think we save it for the next episode now. So thanks, gracious Joey. I'll check that out. This is where I'd like to come back to, is Told to Take Joyce. Well, I could do that now in a way, but you know, then we're on it again. And it's a good hiatus because we got murdered. But it's actually quite interesting to me. I thought that I also thought that there wouldn't be a choice that ended in my immediate murder, because I thought it would just play out differently to a different conclusion. Like some narrative games, you make loads of choices and then you get to a different ending. But I didn't realise the ending could come sort of prematurely like that. You want to play more? You all want to play more? Okay, I'll play more a little bit for you then, since you're calling for it in chat. Tape Joyce, yeah? Should we do Tape Joyce? Because the one, I don't know about calming Zeus, like taking a different choice in terms of back here on the road or anything. I don't want to do that. But the one choice I really wanted to make the different choice, I didn't feel comfortable being weak and accepting that I would tape Joyce. I really didn't accept that. And then the other choices come after it. So, like, I'm going to go back to Told to Tape Joyce. If I can. How do I do that? Play from here. How do I play it from here? Can I just play it from here? You said you can go to the Explore Tree in the main menu and go and make different choices. It's offering me this here now, and it says start the next chapter. Space main menu, enter next chapter. What does it mean, enter next chapter? I want to do that. Main menu. Explore story. God, look at them all. There's 3 chapters. Desert Dream, Economics 101, Small Seconds. And this is what we were just looking at, the story tree. So we're only on chapter 1, Desert Dream. We haven't even got into chapter 2 or chapter 3. So do we have to go back to the start of the chapter then? We have to go back to the start of the chapter. I think it would have been cute. It would have been cute if they'd have allowed us to... Why is it all black and white? It would be cute if they allowed us to play from here. Oh look, wait, okay, look. We can play from here. There are certain points that we can play from. They've got replay from here on them. I didn't spot that. So this is from when they stormed the hotel. We can go from there. But I can't go exactly to that point, but I can go a little bit further back when we're calming Zeus. Overwrite the last checkpoints, create a new save, explore without overwriting the existing save, reveal new areas. Yeah, do that. I think this will work. I think I understand.
Everybody does a little dance with the devil.
So I guess
They didn't see us turn in.
I get certain options where I can make different choices. I can either make all the different choices or some of the different choices and say, well, this was all right, but that was, you know, it's a bit weird because in a game like this, like if it's a narrative game and you run all the way to conclusion, despite your choices or regardless of choices, you get different conclusions, different endings, not immediate, you failed sort of end. Like, I see that being shot as a fail state, yeah. Like, I didn't get to see the end of the game, I failed early, so there's some games where you would like for example Skyrim, you're either this side of the faction or that side of the faction, but you still play out the end game. I think that then I would replay it and play out the other side of the story, if you know what I mean. Whereas here, I feel like I'm replaying and trying to find the right answer in a way. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to not make the same mistake. And in some way that's like a trial and error process to find it, and I don't know if I enjoy that as much as simply accepting the consequence of different choices and still running to conclusion. So I guess fail state in the game by getting shot is a choice for the game, and it's a reasonable choice, but I don't know if I then enjoy the replaying of these things with all that prior knowledge. Because it's the thing that makes the game so fun is the not knowing and the anxiety and the will they or won't they and what if, and then if we're replaying it with the prior knowledge, it takes some of that away, and we're like, okay, this is happening, and now I'm definitely going to say this, and now I know if I say this, he's going to do that, so instead I'm going to do this, and it's the not knowing that makes those choices so difficult, or that gives you all that to think about. It removes that if you know, doesn't it? So. No spoilers sort of thing. Well, now we're playing with spoilers, essentially, aren't we?
They even find us. We got away clean.
He must have seen the truck. Listen up! We're not here to hurt you. We don't even want your wallets. We just need a place to lay low until we can be safely on our way. Don't do anything stupid and you'll be fine. Understood?
So, before I said yes... Please let us go. How can we trust? I just said yes, didn't I? I don't want to beg and plead with him. Yes.
We understand. Yeah, whatever you say.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
And he was like,
You!
naughty.
Keep that dog quiet.
And I wanted to say, shut up, you.
It's all right, Zeus.
Don't tell Zeus to be
Let's
quiet.
just jack a car. Drive back the other way before they realize they're not chasing anyone.
Too risky. If they got roadblocks.
Vince, we need to do something.
It's a little bit dry having to watch all of the thing, but they'll move through it reasonably quickly, I suppose. They're armed, just stay quiet, try to negotiate. And we said try to negotiate, and I'm still happy with that, yeah? Even though it didn't work very well. I felt like I was a bit of a weak negotiator, but I'm still happy with that, aren't I, yeah?
Hey, guys.
What?
Look, I get that
I can't
you
skip
need
through
to
it, can I?
hide, but do you need us for that? We could go to our room, stay out of your way.
No one's leaving. Just stay down and stay quiet.
At least you tried.
We can't stay here.
We can until dark. Then, we set out cross-country. It's our best shot.
I'm telling you, we gotta
Drop
move.
the weapon.
Oh, I forgot she's going to come out, yeah.
Easy now. Let's
I said
just...
drop it.
Like, so we're actually quite a way back, aren't we? And like, there's quite a lot to get through still. So even though you can go back and play from a certain point, because that point was that far back, maybe there was a later point that I could have picked, you know, after, because I wanted to change the taping of the mouth. So that's on me. Maybe there was a later point that I could have picked. But the further back we go and the more we have to replay through, the more difficult it is to get through. Because like, it's like watching a DVD that you've literally just watched, isn't it? It's like watching a, yeah. So. She means it this time, though. I'm going to back her up because I wanted to before.
Look, I don't know her very well, but I think she means business.
No one asked you.
He's right, though. I go down to the range twice a week.
Joyce, if that thing goes off...
Then I'll scrape them off the walls.
But it didn't change
it
anything.
Don't have to be like that. If we help these boys out of whatever corner they got themselves stuck in...
I'm not helping them with shit. Show me your faces. I said, take off the masks.
It's the Holt boys.
Oh, no.
You're the Holt boys.
Holt
You're
boys.
the ones who hit our car.
Bad.
Paul,
Naughty.
take the shotgun.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I only got to wait around to grab a shotgun.
Really, Paul? You. Grab the gun.
So wait, I can't remember which choice I was supposed to make differently. I'm definitely grabbing the gun again, though, aren't I? Oh yeah, that happens automatically. Oh, yeah. It's
Now
whether I
point
point
it at him.
So again,
You do that, I promise you'll regret it.
I'm gonna make. Shouldn't I make the decision that I know the pointing it goes wrong. There is that, but before I thought that if I drop it, I can get it out the way. There's a chance that it doesn't end up in their hands, and that's the problem that we get. Like, can I do my choice, or do you want me to point it again? Because the minute we point it, it all goes wrong. We already pointed it though. We've been through it once. We point it, and he gets eggy, and then he punches her, and like we lose the gun anyway. And because we point it, he's even more cross at us. I'm gonna drop it because I thought that I wanted to
Paul was right.
These are the choices I would have
No more
wanted to
guns.
make that I didn't get to make. So I'm gonna make them way, like the other way now, I guess. See, that's still happening, but now he's not going to point it at me. There's no shotgun in play. Oh no, he's still going to pick up the shotgun. Right?
Should have held on to it. Hey, you get the truck hid away?
Well, that didn't make a difference.
It's in a shutout back. Tyler, these people didn't do anything to us.
So
They
presumably,
will if we let them.
not taping her mouth won't do anything.
You and
It'll
Dale,
just-
line them all up.
presumably not taping her mouth won't do anything. It will just be the difference between, at the end of the playthrough thing, it will say you were more of a family person or you didn't back up Joyce. Like, you know, but at the end of it, it didn't give us, like when I got shot, it didn't give us a detailed analytic breakdown. It just said like you were more of a family person, you were more of a brave person. So in this one, it will say you were more of a coward, maybe. And that's the only difference really. It's just a sort of, like, you feel like it's a big choice in yourself because it's the choice you're making as a player, and you feel like these are big choices along the way, but they're arbitrary and they result in a sort of arbitrary judgment at the end that like I can pretend is either way because I've seen it both ways now. So I'm both brave and a coward now, and because I made both choices. Well, instinctively I got the brave one, thank you very much, but Like, it didn't change this game. Like, he's not more or less angry based on my choices. It was just like two different paths to get to the same outcome. So playing it through the second time is kind of arbitrary and boring then. Unless it results in a very strongly, very different outcome. And there are some branching paths, as we saw on the story guide, where there are some quite different branching outcomes, but not knowing which one is which makes them all important, I guess, the first time you play it. But the second time I play it like that, knowing that they're now a bit more arbitrary until we hit the important ones, they make it less important for me to play through it. And I'm assuming that taping her mouth is going to be one of those arbitrary ones. Like, I should have checked the story tree more carefully and seen where it... And again, that's seeing behind the veil and spoiling the fun, but seeing where the important choices are and which ones are the ones that really branch off, because then I'll make those decisions and all the others can go to the wind.
I need to make a call.
The story tree's a fun thing. Like, it's a good device mechanically, and I'm sure it was helpful for them to make the game and to show you behind the veil in some ways is good. But being able to see it... and I have seen it, but I didn't memorize it. But like I said, it encourages me to play the game in a meta way from outside the story by making... Like, I'll write down on a notepad, these are the story beats that I need to pay attention to, and everything else is arbitrary. And then I can speedrun it, essentially, if I wanted to, mechanically. You know, the importance of the choices becomes... We'll still enjoy talking about the choices, because we're a stream. You've got people, you know, having different opinions in chat. It creates something more than just playing it on your own. But if I was playing it on my own, I could just ignore the choices because they're arbitrary and just make the big decision tree choices to try and win the game, in inverted commas. But I'm glad that we're playing it as a stream, because then it makes it more important to still play the narrative and engage with those choices, but knowing that some of them are just two binary branching paths to the same outcome, therefore arbitrary and inconsequential. And you can give me a sticker at the end that says I'm brave or I'm not brave, and it doesn't matter. That takes away some of the fun of gameplay for a solo player, I believe, especially as you can see the map and which ones are important choices and which ones are not. Thank you very much.
It's me. We got a problem. Desert Dream Motel.
All right, shitheads. Over by the tables.
You boys, you haven't hurt anyone, have you?
Yeah, we killed the president. Ain't that right, bro?
You're the middle brother. The one who got himself sent off to juvenile hall.
Shut the fuck up.
Why? Everybody knows.
Joyce, don't.
From what I hear, you're just like your daddy. Another fucked up Holt thinks the world's his to break.
What, like this? Or how about this?
Having said all that, I really do think it's a good game and it is enjoyable. And if you don't if I don't get shot too many times and we can move through it at a reasonable pace, it will be a really enjoyable process, and it is going to make good streams. So I'm very pleased with it. I think it's good. You know, I'm rating it thumbs up. And I'm going to be interested to analyse and talk more as we move through it. But that overview, like I said, like the critical point of the gameplay loop is that I will be repeating things that are arbitrary. That will become boring to me, and knowing how arbitrary certain things are, it deflates the importance of the choices. So seeing behind the veil and seeing that story tree pops the balloon and helps it, you know, gives it the pop, and it deflates it, because not knowing how arbitrary the choices are, they could be the most important choice. This could be the most important choice in the game. It could get Zeus killed. I don't know. But then knowing that it's not, and it doesn't matter, and we could say either thing, that spoils it a bit, doesn't it? Sort of thing, yeah? And I haven't studied the tree. I'm repeating myself now, but I haven't studied the tree, so I don't really know which ones are the most important ones and how many choices lead to what things, but I could. I suppose that's up to me as the player, I suppose, in a way. That's still left to me. But we are going to enjoy playing this through, and I'm going to shut up repeating that point now, so no more repeating that point. You're upsetting Zeus.
Come on, man, you're upsetting the dog.
Shut it up. Now.
He's a dog. He doesn't have an off switch.
It's just nervous, Dale.
I don't care what it feels. I want it to shut up.
I mean, it's good writing as well, because things like that show you that Dale doesn't care how his dog feels.
Zeus
Like, he's
is
not a
just
very nice
freaked out
person.
right now. He'll calm down if we just sit quietly.
Like, it shows you a little bit more into his character, doesn't it?
Fuck up.
Dale, what are you doing?
It's called controlling the room.
By pointing guns at puppies? Wasn't breaking the Kasdan boy's jaw enough for you?
Don't you start with me.
Or what? You'll break my face too? Or are you just gonna shoot me?
Zeus, quiet.
Jim, give him here. That's it. Good boy.
So once we played through this section once, and we've already lit it up on the story tree, when we play through it again, there should just be a simple button to skip. And maybe there is, and I don't know where it is because I'm an idiot, but there should just be a little button to skip. The streamer can overwrite the vote, but you can only get a few big ups. Just for pure like brevity, one streamer should be able to skip, for anyone playing it, you should be able to skip things you've already seen.
That's it. Good boy. Nice and calm.
But it's cool, because they're not that long, these sections. Right?
Easy, Zeus. Easy.
There. Are you happy? Now put the gun down. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You know what? I'm tired of you. Tape her mouth shut.
No, you can get fucked. And then he'll make me do it, and she'll end up taped anyway, but like, I get to see the other side of the option here, which is the one I wanted to see. But would it result in any major difference? I got bashed in the head.
Hey, wake up.
I presumed I would. Especially with the guns.
Why is
though.
there so much luggage in your SUV?
Oh, it's gone to it. It has made a difference.
Huh?
Look.
Who else are you traveling with, huh? You tell me the truth now.
Well, not a major difference. It's just got to this same point, and now we're at the same point again. So, not taping her mouth shut, I assume she's still sat there with her mouth taped now, and it took us a different story route. But now we're here. We don't have a big scar on our face from the gun butt or anything. The game has just took us two routes round to the same point. I get it. I'm repeating myself a bit now, but that is exactly the point about the arbitrary choices. I wanted to make that choice differently because I felt it mattered, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is at the end it's going to say more coward or more not coward or whatever the choice is at the end based on those sort of choices. Fuck you, the circus. I'm not saying the family this time, the circus. It's all going to end up the same. They're going to bring in my family. They're going to be at gunpoint. But yeah.
My dad and I ran off and joined the circus. You can come too if you want.
Oh, real funny, fat ass.
Look, it's just him and the other guy.
I checked them in myself. There's no one else.
You know something? I don't like you. You got this look like you're scared.
Oh, that was a big
shitless.
decision. That was a big
Tell me I'm
decision.
wrong.
You're wrong. But they didn't bring my family in this time, yeah?
You don't know the first thing about who I am.
Don't I?
Nope. But this tough guy act of yours, that I can't see through.
It's weird. I thought the
Let's
circus
just hope
one.
your walks
I thought the circus one would be treated like, I was ridiculing them, so they didn't believe me, so they just went out and checked all the rooms. Because what sort of person is going to be in a motel doing an armed robbery and all this business, and you've got loads of luggage, and we don't go and check the rooms? I would have just thought it would have led to the same outcome that way. And now I'm playing the game on this meta game in my fucking brain because I'm doing it that way. I feel like whatever I was doing before, just reacting to it instinctively about the choices, has sort of been lost because I got shot and I'm doing it the second time round. But now we're on a different tree of the story, and I don't know if we should be. Where did we get to? I see now. I don't want to know if I should go back and take the other thing and say about my family and get them back in the room because that's where we were. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe I should do that one instead. I don't know which point is right to pick up on, because now we've got two timelines essentially, and I don't know which one is our timeline. Do you know what I mean? We'll keep going now like this, yeah.
Cool as your talk.
The sheriff's coming in.
It's a cop. What do we do?
That's just Big Sam. He buys a soda, talks for a while, then he's gone.
Jay, in the back. Go with him.
I can't remember how I got shot.
Get rid of the cop. You hear me?
Sure thing, boss.
You two, keep your mouths shut and this'll all be over faster.
Oh, he ended up getting the gun off me.
You're coming with me.
Hey there.
Evening.
Hey, Sam.
Paul, how's things?
Slow as usual.
Yeah, like my daddy always said. If you don't slow down, you don't see the wall before you hit it. Where's Joyce and her kid? Upstairs?
Oh, Ash is at a friend's house for the night, and Joyce isn't
I'm
feeling
going to leave
well.
the evidence again.
She's been in bed for days.
Right, too
Sorry
many
to hear
different
that.
choices we go
Say,
to.
you haven't seen
I want to
three
leave the
fellas in a
evidence
blue
again. That was the
pickup,
same
have you?
choice. I'm happy with it.
Maybe out on the road somewhere?
Nope.
I kind of want to get back
Here
to
all
where
day.
we were before I was going to get shot and just make the other decision not to get shot, but
How you like in the desert
you want
dream?
to hide it this time. See, there's too many choices.
Yeah, Joyce runs herself a tight ship.
Like, if we hide the evidence, the cop never stops, and then we don't get to tell him to bring the backup. And I still want him to bring the backup. But that wasn't what got me shot, was it? I can't even remember what got me shot because I'm high. You know, I smoke weed, you know, I'm stoned. It's late at night. Like, my brain juice is gone. I can't remember what got me shot. Like, we're making these choices now. We'll follow it through to the end of this chapter, hopefully, or the next time I get shot. And then, you know, we'll come back next week and we'll play on, like, and we'll make whatever choices we want next week. And I'll be on a better form for, you know, taking it more, like getting in what's the word, immersed in the game and, you know, talking about the moral aspects of the choices and, you know, what you would choose rather than me saying what the game is right, which one is wrong for whether I got shot or whatever, you know. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So let's just play on for a bit. So I am a bit confused now.
So, who else are you traveling with?
I suppose, listen, it's a video game, and this is part of it, isn't it? Is the more times you die and make the other choices and play out, like you said about the butterfly effect and the like the different. I'm saying about the different timelines. It's like a movie now where there are different timelines, and you get to choose and move between them and do it again, and like, you know, rewind the DVD, but this time the film plays out differently. Like, it's kind of like clever like that. So I shouldn't fight it, because part of me wants there to just be one long timeline, and I get to the outcome, and that was the playthrough. And then do it all again, but make different choices and get a different ending. You know, just two different films running parallel, so to speak. But going back and adjusting timelines and then playing through and then going back and doing it differently, like, that's a different kind of film, isn't it? And this game isn't about time travel, but it allows us the... like, when you're watching a film, you're watching through the eyes of the director, the cinematographer, you know, and those other people as well. But you're watching through the eyes of the director. They're telling you a story, and that camera view, it can be point of view, POV, meaning the point of view of the person who's looking. So if it was the point of view of someone who was, I don't know, drinking chocolate milk, you wouldn't see me drinking the chocolate milk. If it was my point of view and I'm drinking the chocolate milk, you would see through my eyes, straight at the chocolate milk, and, you know, it's through the eyes of the person who's doing the thing, point of view, yeah? Or you could do like a wide shot or a tracking shot or whatever. Like, you're looking at the eyes through the director's eyes, though. Yeah, like, as the camera person, you're the audience, and the director is choosing your views, and you're the audience. And you sort of like play God in that role. You could fly through the sky. You can see in people's bedrooms. But you know what I mean? Like, you can go in anywhere in this world because you're God. You're the audience. You're this outside the world, special magic eye. You can see through time. You can jump through timelines. You can go back and forth in time. You know, you just take it all for granted. You just watch it happening. And it's the director that makes those choices. So if you're watching a film, it all happens and you don't make choices. Here we're making choices, but when you watch a film, I suppose when a film's constructed, there are choices that you don't see and they don't get shown because they go on the cutting room floor. They're the ideas that didn't happen. Here we're getting to control that and explore that, I suppose. So whilst in some way I yearn for a linear narrative process, the fact that this game is about choices, and through the process of getting murdered, I had to be forced to go back and maybe explore the choices. Now I'm playing something slightly different from a straight linear narrative process. Like, I thought this was going to be every week we do a chapter until we finish the game, nice and clean, straight through, and at the end it says something about us and this and that. But it's not going to be quite like that. Every time we get killed, it's going to turn into this. And what I mean is, it's like one of those films like that explores the meta concept of being able to travel around in time, but without the actual content of the game being about time travel. Because us, as the god, the audience, the director's eye, we can do that, and we are doing that. So, who else have you been travelling with? Now he's asking us. So do I make a different decision now? Because I think my wife and my kid are going to get dragged in here. Wait, it's the police asking me. See, this is different now. Big Sam's asking me. I'm going to say wife and kid. I should be exploring this more, but
My wife and my daughter.
And they're what? Having a rest, I guess?
But now they know.
In the room. They've had a long trip.
Can I ask what brings you to Two Rock?
I got confused there and made the wrong choice, see, because it's late at night and we've already played for like 2 hours and I'm stoned, so this is where I should just adjourn and play it next week. But you all forced me to play more and now I've made the wrong choice. I should have just said the dad. Fuck. What? I want to say on the run.
We're on the run.
I'll tell you why. He'll just make it a joke and they'll all laugh. But I wanted to say on the run because the police might arrest me and then take me out of the situation and then we're all safe.
America's Most Wanted.
Huh?
I'm kidding. We blew a tire. We're just here for the night.
I fucked that up though because they heard me say about my wife and daughter in the back room and I didn't realise that I was grassing my wife and daughter. I thought I was secretly telling the policeman so they wouldn't know and the policeman would know and I'd save them. Not I'd say it out loud like that and the kidnappers would know and it was stupid because I already told them there's no one there.
Big Sam, where you at?
There's a dream, but I'm on my way back. Anyway, we're looking for 3 idiots who broke into the sheriff's house, if you can believe anyone would be that stupid. They're armed and dangerous, so if you hear anything, you call 911.
Anyway, you've got some evidence.
Any idea who it was?
Nah, they covered their faces, so they wouldn't
Hurry
be
up, Sam.
recognized.
Oh, is that why?
We're going to have to watch this all again next week, so...
Which choice better for me?
Daddy! Mommy said I can stay up late tonight.
Well, they just came in anyway. See, I knew they'd just come in anyway. I told you, it's the same result. The family come into the room, the people are eggy, you've got a family here. Like, you know, if I'd have told them about them, they would have been here earlier. But they're here earlier, they're here later, whatever. They're here so that we can play out the next scene where everyone gets held at gunpoint and my family in the room. Like, you know, it's like certain scenes are almost like too important to happen, so they all roads lead to Rome in a way. I suppose my captors will be more eggy with me now in some way, but I don't think it made a huge difference really. Which is why I think that getting shot's fine in a way. You know, oh, you've failed, do it again differently, but don't get shot this time. But too many, like if I get shot too much and have to play it over and over again, it's going to annoy me because I mean, I'm repeating myself, aren't I? I'm repeating myself. But like a game of important decisions, your decisions have to be lasting and effective, I think, especially if you're going to be replaying it, because otherwise I'm painfully aware now that the decisions didn't matter because we made different decisions this time, quite a few of them, and we're going to end up in the same position.
What took you so long?
Hang on, who are you?
I'm his wife. Is something
Why is he surprised? I just told him I was travelling with my wife.
the matter?
You're his, right. Okay. Pleasure to meet you.
Vince, what's happening?
Let's get out of here. Fugitives on the loose, or nothing. Save it for next Sunday, yeah. I mean, we're playing through now until it gives us an opportunity to stop, really. I think like a natural opportunity. I'm going to answer this question. I'll answer it with you as well in chat. No, you're all good as well. No one's at fault for asking me to play more. I'm quite happy to. I'm even going to, when we finish this, I'm going to play video games still, just different ones, I think. The intent for this is to not let this get like into 6 hours of this, because like I say, if it's a Netflix weekly our Sunday thing, then I don't want you to have to sit through a 6-hour box set all in one. Nothing, let's get out of here, Fugitive on the Loose. Fugitive on the Loose, I kind of like that, because like they're in the back room, the policeman's here, like let's get out of here is important. Like this is a great chance for us to get out of here as well. Like just simply getting out. Like my primary thought would be, if we can leave this door first in front of the policeman, those fugitives can't run out and tell us not to. Like they don't want to run out while the policeman's here, do they? As soon as the policeman's gone, they're going to come out again. While the policeman's here, like, it's like the policeman being in the room stops them from coming out. So we need to get out that door before the policeman leaves, yeah? I'm happy with let's get out of here. But there's people in the room that are at stake as well. Like, I don't know them very well, but the woman that runs the place, you know, tape mouth, whatever her name is, you know, and just stating it to the police, fugitives on the loose. Or maybe they'll take it as a joke because I made a joke last time and they won't believe me, you know, and I'm second guessing now what the story's going to be like, but yeah, let's get out of here. Let's just say that and we can discuss it outside. Primary objective, let's get out of here.
We need to get Zoe out of here.
What? Why?
Just do it.
Yeah, do it.
Hold on.
Dispatch, this is 1742.
This is interesting now because this is different. Is the police is like, so this is totally actually a different timeline now. We're onto a proper different choice. It did make a difference in the end. Good. Is that the and I should, you know, sing its praise a little more. I said it was all arbitrary and a lot of it was driving us to an arbitrary point, I thought, but this is actually quite different now. So I'm happy with this. Is that before the policeman, we told him, we alerted him, but he went out quietly. Now he's calling it in from indoors. You know, he's onto it. And we haven't actually had to grass them up either, did we? We didn't say they're in the back room or anything. He just said, come on, we've got to go. Which is fair enough. So, no, everyone's fair enough. This is fine, yeah?
I have suspicious circumstances at my location.
And also, where's the shotgun? I forgot where the shotgun was.
Please send additional...
Oh my God!
You lie about your family? And
So last time he shot me, this time he shot the cop. So I think it's marginally better. I think it's marginally better. There's still another bullet in that shotgun.
Try to get us caught?
Cartridge. Oh, he's hit me with the... Again, now, this isn't quite right. Because if he's got to cross that counter and get to me to hit me with that shotgun, I don't stand so much chance of being hit with a shotgun, do I? Like, I'm going to see him coming for a start. So I'm not going to stand there and wait for him to bludgeon me with it, am I? I've got a bit of an advantage on him because I can see him coming and I know what his intent is. No. I don't think I'd go down like that. I don't think I'd stand there and go and get bludgeoned. It's my chance to fight back though. Hey, look, we've been here before. We've been here before, aren't we? It's just without a dead cop on the floor.
Vince, look out!
So that's the second shot, isn't it? So now there's no shots in the shotgun. So I don't get to shoot him this time. I don't have to make that choice. Well, I shouldn't do.
Please, no.
why are we pointing the shotgun at him? It's gone off twice. So...
Let go of me!
Mommy?
Well now, look who ain't afraid to hold a gun anymore.
Tell him to let her go.
And like here, I don't even have a choice because I know that if I give him the, if I capitulate and give him the gun, he's going to shoot me. So we're back to this exact point, aren't we? At the end of all that, with all the different choices I made, we are back to this same point, and I have to say, shoot him. Right, unless we go further back and make certain different choices in some way, somewhere along the lines that really change this, I'm going to have to shoot him. And it's not going to work because we've just discharged the gun twice and there's no more shells in it.
If I did that, it wouldn't be a standoff.
It's not a standoff.
Vince, maybe you should put the gun down.
Or maybe
Only one of the guns is loaded.
boys for once.
Is this really what you want? In front of your kid?
Shoot Tyler and it will just go click.
Zoe, close your eyes.
Bit weird. No, he came out and he shot the cop, didn't he? So that's one shotgun shell, and then we argued, and the other one discharged into the wall. What the fuck was that? That was the end. Pointed gun at Tyler. Have I gone? Listen, I'm wondering if I've gone down the wrong path. Like maybe I should be over here somewhere and doing this. Or do we just... If we continue, do we just... Yeah, we can go to chapter 2 now. I didn't realise. Okay, listen.
Everybody does a little dance with the devil.
Wait.
And you know I'm evil now. And you shout it loud and proud, saying born in the USA. And you know I'm evil now. And you shout it loud and proud, saying born in the USA.
Okay, turning that down so you can hear me better. I didn't realise this, but now I realise this. There's 3 chapters in book 1. Hang on. There's 2 books and there's 4 to 6 chapters here. So 3, 4. There's 6 chapters in total, yeah? 6 chapters. This is the first one that we've been playing. There's 2 more. So next week we'll do 2. The next week we'll do 3. There's 6 weeks in this for us, essentially, on Sundays, yeah? Exploring the story tree, we got to the end of chapter 1. I got shot. Held at gunpoint by Tyler. That is the end of chapter 1. It's not that I had to replay it and find a different ending. There are 3 different endings that I could have come to, but that is the end of chapter 1. I thought that it should have gone on, but it stops here because I got killed. But no, that is the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2 then picks up Economics 101. Chapter 3 picks up Small Seconds. But that is the end of chapter 1, whether I got shot or not. The other option that we followed through here, like, they're not that many arbitrary choices really, because the big choices have took us to like there's 3 big endings here. We get pointed the gun at, we point the gun at Tyler. We either point the gun at Tyler, we get held at gunpoint, or there's another option that we haven't seen. But they're the only 3 options at the end of chapter 1 really. And over here, this other chunk here is what would happen if we did different things when we robbed the house. Like there was a different way to play out the robbing of the house. Okay? So like we could change the way we robbed the house and go through all that again, like replay all the way back from there if we wanted to. That's an interesting thing to do, but it won't change the fact that that's chapter 1 at the end. And we get 3 different outcomes, but I thought getting shot or pointing the gun, or at least there could be a completely different outcome to any of this, but it's not that. It is a bit more linear. but with different. So that's chapter 1. We have done it, like, and it's not that we need to replay it and get a different outcome. We've seen 2 of them. We could replay it and see the 3rd if you really want to exhaust it right now, but we've seen 2 of them, and we're ready for the 2nd chapter. Yeah, put the timer on next week. What? So we have to make the decisions quickly. Do you want to know the 3rd ending? Not necessarily now. I think like we'll play the game next week and the week after and stuff like that, and then I'll make my own decision as to whether maybe in the week or at the end of the whole we want to see those things. Let's keep them there as options for gameplay. Although actually find like this again, they should allow us to pick it up right here, because the next earliest point is when Big Sam arrives. We can pick it up from there, which means we have to watch this and this and this to get there. But I suppose by doing so we can see this other option here. But it is interesting, isn't it, the way it's like branching paths, but it actually comes back to the same point every time. So ultimately you can make as many different choices as you want along the way, yeah? As many as you want. And at the end of it, it comes down to this point here. Whether you take these 2 choices and whether you take one of 3. Like, it all comes down to just that point there, Michelle taking us hostage, and what you do following that. All the other choices don't really matter because all roads lead to Rome. They're all just arbitrary choices. They matter to us as game players and us to be able to discuss it. Yeah. So I'm repeating myself now, but showing us this actually ruins it. It's a good device for us being able to replay it, but it ruins it because now I know where the choices are. I mean, maybe they should have just been covered with a fog of war. But even then, I'd have uncovered it and I'd have started to get eggy because I'd have been like, they're all arbitrary. Look. At the end of all this, it just leads to the same point. And therefore, okay, so to fix this without changing this, I think we did get told at the end we were quite brave and our choices were more family oriented, and it's, you know, in that. But they need to make a lot more of the personality test style results. They need to make a lot more of that and weight it by these different choices making a difference in there a lot more for you to feel that they mattered. Because they don't matter narratively. Not really. Because you're forced down the pipe to the same point, yeah? So it's fun to make the different decisions and see slightly different outcomes, you know, and to have the story play out the way we want it to or choose it to. But realistically, it doesn't matter. It's arbitrary. So making something matter, if you're not going to make it matter narratively, because you're going to, like, how else are you going to get to this point where Michelle is taken as a hostage to give us these 3 different outcomes unless you force us down the pipe at the end? So as we're going to see behind the veil at some point and feel that it doesn't matter because it's arbitrary, make it matter by making those personality tests more important than just, you were a bit brave, there's a thing, there's 3 of them, bye. Like, it's interesting because games like this are, I mean, it's not a new thing in the world to have a choose your own adventure book. We've discussed that on a stream once before. We did a big stream about the origins of choose your own adventure books. It was funny. I think that exists on Battery Exhausted. It's called This Is Not a Choose Your Own Adventure video for legal reasons. The video title is called This Is Not a Choose Your Own Adventure video for legal reasons. Anyway, the premise is good. It's a different new novel. You know, it's a novel kind of, as in new, not novel like a book, but it's a novel kind of, not entirely novel, but, you know, like, it's not the normal sort of game. And there's a lot of good work gone into like, there's a lot of positives here. But in terms of, like, my satisfaction, like, ultimately I'm being sold the concept that I'm making a difference in this world by making choices. I feel like that my choices therefore matter, and learning that they don't. This choice matters, and therefore this choice matters, and that's it. All the rest of it didn't really matter. It mattered to me in terms of my fantasy role play, you know, imagining of the game, like my perception of the narrative. but in a sort of like, you know, mechanical gameplay way, these are the choices that matter, and the only ones that matter, and you're only given 3 outcomes. Like if you think about how, like we were talking about different timelines, we were talking about branching paths. What was it? Someone referenced a movie in chat. The butterfly effect. Someone referenced the butterfly effect. So you gracious Joey, you said about the butterfly effect, yeah? If that were the case and this was like that, then every choice would have led to a different branching path, and therefore the ultimate outcomes would be many and varied. But with the number of choices we made, statistically, imagining each one as a different branching path, you would have expected a lot of very different outcomes, and therefore the replayability is treading those different paths. Here, the replayability is treading the different paths but arriving at the same outcomes, and a short, small number of varied. Okay, there's a variety there. I don't know what the third one is, but it's different from these two, because getting shot or doing shooting is different. But ultimately, it takes us to the same small number of outcomes. And then from what I now understand, they don't really matter anyway, because we're going to move into chapter 2, and it's probably not going to, like, really... I mean, I wonder how much it matters. I don't want to look and spoil it for myself in a way. I suppose this will all be covered up, won't it? Yeah. So there's 3 different places to start here. Obviously one of them is I got shot, which is where we probably will start, because that's our main game and the way we played it. And the other one won't be, that'll be an option that we could choose. That's why it's greyed out. So we'll start off we got shot, and it'll play through. But again, there's choke points here. I knew there would be, because I've already seen the first one. I know it's how the game is formed. So there are some more varied options in the middle here. Quite a very different storyline can go on. I say quite varied, 2 leading to 4, but then it branches down and back to 1. So, and 4 outcomes at the end there, but ultimately dictated by this choice here. So it really is less, like, your choices don't matter as much, and it is more of a linear narrative experience, which is fine, but I think it's sold on the idea that your choices really matter, and all they matter to is your sense of personality within the game. And to a certain extent, like the cake is always the same, but the icing can be slightly different, is what that is. Like, I think it's a brave choice to make a game like this, and I'm not, like, I'm being heavily critical because I am thoughtful about games and I like to talk about them in this way. And I would rate this game like 7 out of 10, something like that. I'd encourage people to play it. I think it's good. I think to some people that aspect that I was talking about might actually be annoying to them. Like, you know, it might make them cross that they thought they would have more agency about the distance that the choices would take you. And that like, if you're going to give people branching narrative paths and decisions and it's different, forcing them back to the same point anyway is a bit of an annoying thing, because, like, you know, we've both taken big, long, different paths and we've ended up in the same place. Can work. That can work, I think, actually, thinking about it. Like, thinking about games like Skyrim, where you can take quite different narrative paths but end up in the same place, I suppose, you know. Well, no, because you make the game ultimately is very different, isn't it? Like, the game world changes based on you, and you can't go the other way. It's like 2 different branching paths to different places. If you join the Stormcloaks or the Imperium, like, that's a binary choice that takes you. You do have the binary choices here, but they take you back to the same, like, result. So you're not really affecting the world around you too much, except for the very end choice. And I suppose you wouldn't know it, but now you know it because they show it you. Like, they give you the map. I'm going to, on chapter 2, when we play it, we'll have fun and we'll discuss it, because I want to make it a stream and I want to have fun. Great. If I was playing it on my own at home, I would ignore every choice until we got to the last choice, and then I would make the one that made the decision and mattered. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that would just be me sort of being a bit bloody minded about it. The percentage on the decisions, I would argue, is going to be about... Like, ultimately, at the end, you've got 3 different choices, so about 30% each choice, isn't it? Like, ultimately. Like, maybe it'd be heavier weighted towards a more moral decision, but, like, if there's 3 different choices, initially I'm going to say statistically, you might get a sort of fairly even distribution of results. At the end, most people said 37% held by gunpoint at Tyler like us. The only ones we can see are the ones that we chose. So 64% Vincent Tyler fought over, therefore... See, that's out of 50%. Like, it's a 50-50. So either they fight 64%, or I suppose a comparatively less 36% would say they didn't fight. So it took the more popular choice, but it's 2 choices. There's, it's not a drastic... Like here, this choice didn't hide the earring or did hide the earring. 59% on a 50-50. This choice, 22%. Sam saw the earring. No one saw the earring. Maybe that's different percentages go there, but 22% out of 3 choices is about a third, isn't it? Slightly less, but I'm not surprised to see that these choices end up told to tape Joyce 66%. Like, I don't know how that works because there's 2 behind it, but the only one that's really standing out as like a statistical anomalies are didn't annoy Joyce, 87%. Most people annoyed Joyce because they'd sat there and ting the bell, but because I was having a slash, and I was also quite interested to listen to the TV that they were playing. I didn't ring the bell too many times, and I didn't annoy Joyce, but most people had rang the bell a few times. And over here, refused Jim's request. More people allowed Jim to live with them after they took a walk with him. Like, these are different choices. You would have got a different set of decisions to make indoors. We missed that, but like, we took a walk with Jim, 63%, so nearly half, 50-50, nearly 40-60. Took a walk with Jim, but that's the only one that stands out, is that we were quite... Most people, like 88% said that Jim could live with them. They didn't have that moral quandary that we did about letting him in with our kids. They just 88% said live with us. So we were different there. But because some of these... I mean, we're a bit different over here as well with this 70% here. That's quite a different one. Didn't pee in soda, 70%. Alarm not sounded, 70%. That's quite different as well. In that we're strongly in the majority, I think, aren't we? There we're strongly in the minority. Here we're strongly in the majority. So it shows, but it shows that the majority of people there's 2 decisions. You could either pee in the soda or not pee in the soda, yeah? And the majority of people don't pee in the soda, 76%, and we're one of them. So there's that. There's annoying Joyce and refusing his request, but other choices are actually, like, revealed the family's presence or not is a 50-50. It's a 40-60, 60-40. Okay, it's tilted slightly one way, but it's quite... None of these other choices are dramatically tilted. It's interesting to see that only a few of the choices are dramatically tilted, because whilst it's interesting to know that you're on one side of a 50-50, it's still pretty much a 50-50. So, like, it doesn't show you too much about society, other than that we're quite evenly distributed along those lines, whatever those lines are. But the ones that do show you some sort of deviance, where you've got a majority and a minority. And here we are in the deviant category, refusing his request. But here we're in the socially normative, alarm not sounded. It's interesting, actually, to be able to statistically analyse it like this, I suppose. Like, I want to use a word, but it's a bad word in a way, but like I'm sure people understand, is that am I going to say that? Am I thinking that way? Like, it's almost like really geeky. Like, it's not a bad word anyway, like, but like referring to geekdom in a bad way, like I don't mean it's geeky in a bad way. Like, being a geek is not a discriminatory negative, but like, you know, being geeky on the figures and like looking into it under the hood like this is actually part of the pleasure of it. But it's different because like it's different from the point is it's a narrative game that you're selling it on choices, right? So what we're actually enjoying is the watching of a Netflix special where we're involved in making the choices. So you don't often pause the Netflix special and get the screenplay out and the storyboard and talk it through and do the pins and stuff like this. This sort of interest that I have here is from a sort of narrative. Like, I make media and I'm interested to see under the hood, and I like the statistical bit. I'm a bit geeky, but it's the meta. This is, it's not the narrative and the colour and the light and the game. So this is interesting to me, but it's two separate things. A narrative game where you make choices and it's got an animation style and it's, you know, that, and being interested in statistical analysis of the choices people made within the narrative game under the hood, you know what I mean? It's like a different thing to enjoy. And I enjoy both. And I'm kind of glad that it's here, but like, if you were to say to somebody, did you enjoy that narrative game about emotions where you were able to control the story? And you say, yeah. And say, would you like to see a statistical analysis of how people made their decisions and which categories they fell into? I don't know. We're not always going to want to say yeah to that, because some people are going to say, not really. I'm interested in narratives and stories and pictures. Like, I'm not interested in your boring statistical analysis. But some people are going to say, you know, that sounds great, yeah. You know, so here we're being offered as a sort of like, obviously your main meal is playing the narrative game, but like for dessert and coffee you get to sort of flick through the diary of the creator in this way. Like, so I get it, it's good. So after you go to the museum, like, you can no, it's nothing to do with the museum. It'd be a bit like you go and watch a cinema thing on the cinema, and then afterwards you have a chat with your friends and, you know, talk about it and look through it and, you know, that sort of thing. It's the after bit, isn't it? But it's different from actually playing the game for what the game is. So taking this level of enjoyment out of it is geeky. It's like for the geekiness that likes to examine statistics and things. But yeah, overall I learned that for us as a group, we are statistically in line with the norms everywhere, actually, apart from refused Jim's request. And a lot, like I said, a lot of these norms where it's a 50-50 and it falls anywhere between like 40 and 60%, like most of them, they are just, you know, both of them are normal. Hide the earring, don't hide the earring. Half people said each. It's both are normal. We can discuss why they were good and bad, like, you know, moral choices, but statistically normative, everything is normal apart from what we did. Everything's normal apart from refusing his request, and if we'd have peed in the bottle, that wouldn't have been normal. Is what I've learned from that. It's good though. It is actually good. There's a lot of value in this as well. Like, when you in terms of value as a game, again, it's different because I'm a streamer and we're all doing it together on a stream. But there's that added value of being able to look at it from under the hood as well. It's not just you play the game and they're the outcomes, but by giving you that story tree and weighting the statistics like that, there is more to think about. So that is good. And I look forward to playing Chapter 2, Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, depending on how long they are and depending on how much we talk about the stuff and mess about, like, because I'm talking a lot about it tonight because it's my first time playing it, of course. I won't have to go game mechanics, game review. But next time we play... Oh, okay. Hang on. Am I going to save this? Let me have the mouse back and let me fucking go task manager. I can save this. I know what's happened. Am I going to be quick enough? That's the question. It'd be nice to be quick enough so that I didn't have to, for the edit, have it all on one stream. Because essentially what I'm going to do is say, yeah, I'm still live, yeah. So if you've been watching that, it just crashed out at the end, but that was us playing Dusk something. What was it? As Dusk Falls. That was us playing As Dusk Falls. As Dusk Falls. And it was quite good. And we'll be playing it again on Sunday. And I'll be trying to upload it to YouTube on the Genshin Impact channel. The Ganji Superchuffer Impact, whatever I call it. I can't remember. Yeah, it's saved. Yeah, we got to. You're all good.